Hello, welcome to NFL 2024 picks for week 1. I'm Blake Marth here with Ethan Hibbs and John Armpriester. Christian Hohenberger will be joining us once he returns from his ROTC, but he is not here, unfortunately. How are we feeling about this season? Ethan, you go first. You're a Commanders fan.
My team is really awesome. We do a lot of great work nowhere, and we're definitely going to go below 500.
I'm a Lions fan from last year. Go Lions.
I'm the resident Packers / Colts fan. First matchup tomorrow night, and by tomorrow I mean today if you're watching day 1, or September 5th if you're watching later. Baltimore at Kansas City.
I hate the Chiefs.
So you picking Baltimore?
If the pen worked, I would.
Does it not work?
It does not work.
Oh no. Oh no, neither does mine. Oh no. Alright, new Titans defense.
I don't think I can carry on.
Alright, well I'm gonna pick the Chiefs because there's no such thing as happiness.
Same here because
My beloved Green Bay Packers taking on the Eagles. This game is in Brazil, and due to player safety, they will be locked in their hotel rooms all day. Alright, so I'm gonna pick Green Bay because I'm a biased fan, you gotta believe. What about you, Ethan?
I'm actually going to go Green Bay because Philadelphia, I don't like them.
Fair enough. John, what about you?
we're taking down Eagles.
Die, Eagles, die.
Die, Eagles, die.
Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers against Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons.
I think Big Kirko's got this, honestly.
I agree. I'm going to pick Atlanta also. I like Kirk.
Well, you know what? I'm optimistic. I'll go with the Steelers. Steelers country, let's weld.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Cardinals because I got Marvin Harrison Jr.
I think Arizona actually might have a good chance. I'm also going to pick Arizona, but I just think somehow Marvin Harrison's going to have more receiving yards and they're going to have yards passing, which just isn't possible.
I'm going to support our fellow Cardinals.
Tennessee Titans at Chicago Bears. Tennessee Titans, they have Mayo lover Will Levis. Against the Chicago Bears led by Caleb Williams. He is the first overall draft pick. So I'm actually going to go with the Bears here as a Packers fan. I think they're actually going to be kind of solid.
It's almost good enough to beat the Packers.
I'm not going to lie, these teams both suck. I go Tennessee.
I'll trust Blake on... Oh, wait. Ethan Hibbs chose Titans. Oh, boy. Which one do I pick?
I could green screen you out. I can make an outline of where you were.
There's just the chair, an empty chair.
Blake Marth here with Ethan Hibbs. And anyway,
I guess I'll pick draw.
if you can get a tie correct at any point this year, you win the week. New England Patriots versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Patriots are
I'm going with
not
the Bengals.
good. We're all going with the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
The Patriots are horrible.
I love that sentence.
I would do too. It's awesome. It actually makes me feel joy. The Texans against the Colts. I actually almost picked Houston because I think they're going to be a good team, but gotta keep that faith and go with our beloved Indianapolis Colts. And surely they won't disappoint us this time.
Indianapolis, just because they're the home team here, I think they're both good.
Dang it, I have to go with Indianapolis, yeah.
Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Nope.
Jacksonville at Miami.
At Miami. I was reading the spot above, so their offense is very, very good. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Jacksonville's kind of good, so they should be able to beat Jacksonville.
Miami by 30.
Yeah, also Miami. I just like the Dolphins.
We might do it in front of a mirror to see what we look like when step, or when we just want to see how we look.
Okay, we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Saints. Carolina was the worst team in the NFL last year, but they do look quite a bit better. The Saints, because I have no goodwill towards them, I'm actually going to pick Carolina for the upset.
I wouldn't even say Carolina's an upset. I think Carolina's gonna be the same, mediocre.
If you said Carolina's going to improve, then I'll go with Carolina, I guess.
The most barn-burning matchup of the week: Minnesota Vikings led by Sam Darnold against the New York Giants led by Daniel Jones. These teams are both awful. These teams both suck. I mean, you do have Justin Jefferson, that is true. That's their only saving grace. And because of him, I will pick them to win.
Yeah, I think Minnesota wins. I hate the Giants.
That's also fair. Gardner Minshew and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh in the LA Chargers. I'm going to pick the Chargers. The curse is finally going to start being lifted for the Chargers. They're going to not do terrible in the playoffs. They're going to do terrible in like a championship game or something. That's what it's going to be now.
I think the Chargers are going to be better. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win this. I'm gonna go Vegas. I want some Minshew mania.
You're also picking the Raiders?
Yeah, I'm picking Vegas.
I'm not sabotaging John at all.
Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. But I'm actually going to pick Denver.
I also really like Bo Nix.
I'll hesitantly pick the Broncos.
Yeah, it's no longer Broncos country. That's right. They banned that, unfortunately.
Aw, dang. Oh, what the heck? I'll say it anyway. FBI, open up!
The Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. So we've got a heck of a matchup here between America's most overhyped team and upstanding citizen / good guy Deshaun Watson. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my boy Cleveland.
I was always a big Cleveland Brown fan because I watched Family Guy, so.
I'm actually also going to pick Cleveland, though. I feel like they're going to win. Dallas is overrated, and I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs this year. That's my hot take.
Just because I'm a Washington fan, and just like everyone else in the division, I'm going to say I hate Dallas, and I'm picking the other team.
Washington at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is going to be a tough game. I'm going to say Washington's going to win it by like 742. They're just the better team. It's not even close. We have everyone better. I mean, we have the greatest quarterback of all time. But, you know, he won't get hurt until week 7.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Tampa Bay.
I'm also going to go Tampa Bay. LA Rams at the Detroit Lions. John?
I'm going with Lions. They're going to Detroit. They're going to get shot.
Yikes, bro. I mean, I'll pick them too. But...
Shooting Rams has to be illegal somewhere, but I absolutely think Detroit's the better team.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the crime in Detroit right now. As you can see here, I put on the Aaron Rodgers jersey because it's Aaron Rodgers back for the New York Jets after missing all of last season after like 4 plays, I think it was, at the San Francisco 49ers, who have been a very functional, very normal team this offseason. Maybe this is the old Packer fan in me, but I think Aaron's got one more ride in him. I'm picking the Jets. As long as he doesn't literally get every ligament torn in the first play again.
As long as he doesn't die, that's all.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't literally die on the field like or him last year. Or Jake Daniels by week 3.
My team takes care of their quarterbacks off the field. I think Aaron Rodgers is the best guy I've never met. What? He'll be the 3rd best quarterback in the entire league for maybe 4 weeks. And then he's going to leave the NFL forever.
Is he going to run for vice president?
Probably.
So it's the Jets versus
49ers.
Way better.
Screw the 49ers.
Fuck the 49ers. Yeah. Fuck the 49ers. Yeah. The 49ers.
Alright, so we're going to put our pick sheets on screen just for you to see all of them. I didn't mean like that, but that works too. Thank you for watching. We will have the results and our week 2 picks next week. Welcome to week 2 of our NFL picks. Last week was a terrible week for all 3 of us, to be honest with you. I won the week with a 7-9 record. John went 6-10. Ethan, buddy, you went 3-13.
I feel like a true Washington fan.
Who threw this at me?
You just got assaulted, by the way. Anyway, week 2. First up, we've got the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins on a Thursday night. Both of these teams had to make double-digit comebacks to win.
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew.
As much as I like Tua and the Dolphins, I do lean towards the better quarterback, so I'm going to pick Josh Allen and the Bills here.
I think as long as Tyreek doesn't get arrested again, this is an easy Miami win.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ethan Hibbs here. Sorry, Blake.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, moving into the Sunday slate, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Both these teams lost in week 1. Ravens are just a much better team, so I'll pick them.
I will go Ravens here.
I'm still saying
You, Baltimore! That's the same joke twice.
We got the Los Angeles Chargers against the Carolina Panthers. Chargers won against the Raiders pretty comfortably in Jim Harbaugh's debut. The Carolina Panthers.
Back foot throw.
And for that reason, I'm going to be picking the LA Chargers in this game.
Yep.
No. What? I'm going with the worst team in football, Carolina. Bryce Young, comeback game, and then they're going to lose out for the rest of the year.
All right, now we have a surprisingly interesting matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. The Saints managed to destroy Carolina last week. Dallas, they made Deshaun Watson look like
a better person than football player.
But both these teams look pretty good. I'm actually kind of interested in this game, but I will pick Dallas. I think they're a little bit better.
I hate you. I hate Dallas. I'm still going to go Dallas because I think they'll win.
If I had a coin, I'd flip it. And who won? Dallas.
Next, we've got a playoff rematch. One of my favorite games of the week. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. The Buccaneers beat Ethan's Commanders. The Lions scraped out an overtime win versus the Rams, which was pretty impressive for them. I just got a feeling Baker Mayfield's going to pull it off. I feel like he's angry about that playoff loss, so I'm going to pick the Bucs.
I can't side with Tampa after what happened. I got to go Detroit.
I'll stick to my Lions. I'll get you, Pirates.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem.
All right, next up we've got the Marith Bowl, which unfortunately got a lot less interesting, between the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. Colts just narrowly lost to the Texans. Here is a look at the Colts defense. Meanwhile, Anthony Richardson threw maybe the greatest pass in NFL history. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but that thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw the clip. It was pretty good.
Meanwhile, Green Bay put up a very close game to the Eagles. Warsaw, Jordan Love got hurt. He hurt his MCL, sprained it. He'll be out a few weeks. So because of that, because he's not going to play, this is not even close. I'm picking the Colts to win this one pretty easily.
Yeah, same here. Even though you can't screw this up.
We're all getting this one wrong. Go Indianapolis.
Cleveland Browns against the Jacksonville Jaguars. These are both loser teams this week. The Browns got embarrassed. They got smoked. Deshaun Watson finally getting some karma. Unfortunately, do keep in mind they did still give him $46 million a year guaranteed. So really, who's the real losers? It's all of us. But they lost, and so did Jacksonville, who had a, I think, 14-0 lead over the Dolphins at one point. They were up 10, and they were about to score to go up 17, and then they fumbled the game away. Trevor Lawrence is at least competent, and so for that reason alone, it's Jacksonville.
I got a special love for Trevor Lawrence.
I'll go with Jacksonville. Sorry, Cleveland.
The San Francisco 49ers at the Minnesota Vikings, both winners in week 1. 49ers kicked the crap out of the Jets, made their defense look stupid. McCaffrey didn't even play. It didn't matter. Jordan Mason, who I'd never heard of in my life, goes for 150. Vikings got to play the Giants. Sam Darnold, he was very solid. I think this is going to be sneaky close. I feel like this is going to be like a touchdown game, but I do think the 49ers will win.
San Fran's got something cooked up in that halfback, huddle, whatever. Like, they don't even play for the quarterback.
Yeah, I'll go with the 49ers.
Brock Purdy, bro, he look like Ronald Reagan.
1-0 Seattle versus 1-0 New England somehow. Seattle, though, they play pretty solid. The Patriots somehow played solid against the Bengals and won. So, did we spend 20 seconds even on that part? I mean, I don't think we had anything for that game.
We were pretty confident that the Bengals were going to win that.
Yeah, and then it just didn't happen. So, don't underestimate the Patriots here, but I will go with the Seahawks ever so slightly.
I have to go with the Seahawks as well.
Who'd you pick, John?
Seattle.
Pick Seattle, all right. New York Jets at Tennessee. These teams both lost. The Jets didn't look very good. Aaron Rodgers came back. He did all right. I mean, he wasn't terrible. Jets just kind of looked middling. Their defense looked terrible. Their offense looked mediocre. Tennessee was up 17-0 on the Bears and then didn't score a single point the rest of the game. They might want to investigate Will Levis. He might have had a Bears parlay. I don't know. And I'm going to pick the New York Jets because I do think Aaron Rodgers will slice them up. And if he doesn't, it's going to be panic time in New York.
I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to open up his third eye.
No, I lost faith in the Jets.
Losing faith from John takes effort, Jets.
It really does, actually.
Nice job, dude. New York Giants at Washington. Why don't you take it away?
Obviously, I want Washington to win this. New York, probably the second worst team in the NFL. And if Washington loses to that, we might be worse, which I would really hope isn't the case. But I have to go Washington just for the sake of them not looking bad.
Now, this is a fair reason. And I will agree. Something's telling me the Giants might win. I don't know why. I'm picking Washington.
I'm hearing it too, I promise.
Well, because I'm a gambling man. Seriously, serious problem.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it.
I'll go with the Giants.
Los Angeles Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Both lost. The Rams are hurt. I think the Rams are a better team, but they lost Puka Nacua for a few weeks. They've lost their tackle. I think Noteboom, I think is his name. They've lost their guard. I don't even know who he is. But no offense to that beloved member of the LA Rams. But I still think they'll be a good team, but I'm going to pick the Cardinals here, especially since they have home field advantage.
I like Arizona winning this. They should probably try to throw to a receiver named Marvin.
Yeah.
Might help a little bit.
I'll go with Arizona again.
Pittsburgh Steelers against the Denver Broncos. So it was looking like it was going to be a Russell Wilson Let's Ride revenge game. Unfortunately, what happened, we thought it was going to be Russ going into that game. As it turned out, Russ didn't even play on Sunday. Justin Fields played because Russ had a calf injury. And the Steelers won, scoring 0 touchdowns.
Steelers fashion.
It's the most Steelers thing ever. They field goaled the Falcons to death. How do you kick 6 field goals? How do you and win? I'm mad. I hate the Steelers, dude. I really do. Look, the Falcons might suck. We don't know. They might. I mean, I picked the Falcons to win the division, and they looked god-awful. So maybe they just suck. Or maybe the Steelers' defense is just ungodly, and TJ Watt is the greatest player of all time. God hates us. So because of that reason, I will be picking the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Broncos, who disappointed us last week.
I thought Bo Nix could be my boy, and I want to give him one more chance. Just one, and I might repeat that every week until the season's over.
Nah, Steelers.
So here's the thing about this game. This is America's game of the week. The Chiefs are the host. You know, they played very well and beat Ravens against the Bengals, who the NFL set up this pretty easy matchup for them, so they could both at least be 1-0 going into this game. And they sold the bag to the Patriots. So, I don't know what to say. Look, I don't know why I have a weird gut feeling that Bengals are going to do pretty well in this game. Does that mean I'm going to pick them? No. I'm not going to pick them, because I don't trust them.
I am. No, I really just do not like Kansas City.
Well, that's a fair reason to pick against them.
That is an awesome reason, but I can't get over the fact that Joe Burrow can't throw a football in week 1 and 2, so I gotta go with Kansas City.
Chicago Bears against the Houston Texans. The Bears didn't score an offensive touchdown, did score a punt block touchdown, did score a pick 6 touchdown. Caleb Williams threw for under 100 yards and under 50%, and they won. So that stat line does make him the greatest Bears quarterback of all time.
I would love to see him actually put up numbers. I'm gonna go Chicago.
Meanwhile, Houston, apparently Joe Mixon is the second coming of Jesus Christ himself, so
I do like Joe Mixon.
I don't know. On or off the field or both? There's only one right answer.
I can't answer that.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick Houston.
Fair.
Lastly, Monday night game that again would have been better 2 weeks ago. Kirk and his Falcons against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Eagles, pretty good on offense against the Packers. We're kind of up and down on defense. Did win. Atlanta, bro. Great song by Stone Temple Pilots, I will say that. Stop looking at me. It's probably in the background of the video right now. When you give up 0 touchdowns on offense to the other team and you still can't win, the Falcons had 26 passing plays in the game. 0 of them were play actions, so they didn't trust Kirk to do the run back to fake the ball to his running back and hold on to it. They didn't trust him to do that. Poor guy can't move anymore, and like I'm not going to pick him in Monday Night Football, although you might be, it looks like. I'm not going to pick him in prime time against the Eagles. I'll pick the Eagles to win by 20.
Yeah, I'll go with Eagles too.
And Big Kirko we trust.
We're tracking week by week the win totals. By the end of the year, we're going to go by win percentage for whoever wins, because Christian's going to miss a bunch of weeks, and we don't want him to be ineligible to win just because he missed a few weeks and has less wins. All right,
Well, that's done. Ship it.
He's right. Goodbye. Hey, Malik Willis, he looked mid against the Colts' terrible defense, so...
They still got Rocky Sin.
No, he left like 3 years ago, actually.
No shot.
He did. Shout out Rocky Sin. Now, where is he? I don't even know what team he's on. Before we begin for real, week 2, I was the winner with a 10-6 record. John went 5-11, and Ethan went 6-10.
I blame Blake, Frank, and Tom Brady.
Thursday night, New England Patriots at the New York Jets. The Patriots lost in overtime to the Seahawks. I'm not going to lie, they look a lot better than I thought they would have. The Jets were able to win against the Titans. They get their first win with Aaron Rodgers.
Technically my second. We all know that.
I feel like the Jets are going to lose.
You think they're going to lose, and you said New York.
New York!
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do.
Just something tells me. I got a feeling that Aaron Rodgers is just going to die on the field somehow.
Oh, no, don't say that, buddy.
Not again.
It's week
Not
3.
again.
At least wait for like week 5 or something.
Aaron Rodgers masterclass 400-yard game incoming.
Maybe so. Hey, this is his first game back on that field since the tragedy last year, so I'll go with the Jets, though.
He is dying on the field, okay.
It's confirmed now.
And it reminds me of that tragedy.
All right, Sunday slate, the 0-2 New York Giants against the 1-1 Cleveland Browns. Giants lost to Ethan's Commanders. First team in NFL history to score 3 or more touchdowns, allow 0 to their opponent, and lose the game in regulation.
7 field goals. Let's go.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Cleveland also kind of sucks, but they did beat Jacksonville, who really sucks. An interesting game, but I'm going to go with the Browns. I think their defense is better than anything the Giants have.
Hey.
I also am going to say Cleveland. I think they're just better.
Cleveland Brown.
No.
Chicago Bears visiting the Indianapolis Colts. The Bears lost to the Texans on Sunday Night Football. It was kind of a close game, but unfortunately their offense is doo-doo garbage, as some might say.
You stink!
Thankfully for them, they're going up against the 0-2 Indianapolis Colts, who have the worst run defense in the league. In fact, the Colts' run defense is so bad, they are on pace to be the worst of all time.
Really impressive. I was going to say Chicago anyway.
I know you're saying that, but like I'm kind of feeling Colts here, and I think it's because Anthony Richardson's going to do a little bit better than last week. He had a tough week, which is okay. Unfortunate that it came in a loss to a Malik Willis-led Packers team, which isn't great. But the guys got to learn, and that's okay. And I do think the Colts, even though their defense is terrible, and also DeForest Buckner is hurt, so even though their entire defense is awful, Zaire Franklin is apparently the worst player of all time now, out of nowhere. I'm still picking the Colts, and maybe this is just copium, but God, they need to win. They need to win.
I'll sway to the Colts and go with them too.
Only because Indiana. Heck yeah.
2 undefeated teams somehow. The Houston Texans, they're not really much of a surprise, beating the Colts and the Bears the last 2 weeks. Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings are 2-0, and they took down the 49ers. But the fact that really they should have won that game by 30 if Fred Warner didn't exist. I'm going to go with Houston here. I think they're slightly better. I don't think the Vikings are bad. I think they're good, but I do think Houston is a more complete team. I think they'll win by like a field goal or something.
Sam Darnold.
I'm going with the Vikings because they beat the 49ers.
George Kittle, bro, he looked like Ben Franklin.
Here we have the Super Bowl champions against the Eagles. Derek Carr is apparently the greatest quarterback to ever play football.
That's so gross.
That's
but
disgusting.
It's so true, and I have to go with New Orleans.
I do too. Alvin Kamara is going to run all over the Eagles, I think. The Saints, because I have no goodwill towards them, I'm actually going to pick Carolina for the upset.
500 rushing yards, 18 touchdowns.
I think so. What about you, John?
The Eagles have failed me for the last time.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
So are you picking them or are you picking
Yeah,
against
what-
them?
what-
What does that
what-
mean?
what does that mean?
New Orleans.
Okay, there. Next up, we've got another 2-0 matchup. The 2-0 Chargers against the 2-0 Steelers. The Chargers beat the Panthers so bad they have sent their franchise into even more despair than usual. Pittsburgh beat Denver because Denver is so bad at playing football.
Chargers.
I will say the Steelers did score a touchdown this week, which is pretty good. They did happen to score fewer points than last week, but I'm going to go with the Chargers here just to give myself a little hope, I guess.
Gotta go with my boyfriend, Jay Herbo.
Denver Broncos taking on the Buccaneers. The Broncos trash and lost to the Steelers. The Buccaneers are really good and beat the Lions. So, I mean, I don't even think I have to say it. Like, come on, it's Tampa Bay.
This is my upset of the week, and I'm going with Denver for 3 weeks in a row.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Buccaneers, even though they beat my Lions.
You stink.
Green Bay Packers against the Tennessee Titans. Packers won with Malik Willis against the Colts' awful defense. Pretty impressive. We don't know if Jordan Love will play it or not as of recording. He did practice today, which is pretty cool. Regardless, whether it's Jordan Love or Malik Willis, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers here against the Titans, who blew their second game in a row. Will Levis cannot figure out how to handle the ball. His coach just hates him.
Yeah, I was upset. It was dumb. It was the same exact thing he did last week, and he cost us points in the red zone. And that is what it is. He's a grown up and he knows better. And so, I was really irritated that he cost us 3 points in a game that we probably needed it.
Isn't Will Levis our Mayo lover? I want to pick him just for that.
Wild.
But I'm gonna go and just say that Love will be back for this game and say Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Okay, we've got the Carolina Panthers, and I will be picking their opponent, the Las Vegas Raiders, for this matchup.
I also agree with this statement.
God, they suck. Carolina sucks.
Carolina
Raiders
awful.
beat the Ravens somehow. And I don't think the Ravens just suck all of a sudden. That was an impressive win. I will give them credit. But, Carolina, bro, they put up 13 points this season. Even the Steelers put up 13
more than you.
Shut up. At least the Steelers put up 13 in a game.
Washington almost did that with field goals in one game.
They put up 21 with field goals in a full game. Carolina would love to kick 7 field goals. That would be a franchise record for points.
20 minutes later.
Oh, we
By
didn't
50.
We didn't even mention for Carolina, Bryce Young is no longer the starter.
Oh yeah,
we
they're
forgot, to
sitting
even,
him.
we forgot to even mention that. Yeah, Andy Dalton is now the starter for the Panthers. They benched the #1 overall draft pick after a year and 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Red-headed wonder.
14 points this week. That's 2 touchdowns.
That's-
Both in garbage time. Because they'll be down 28-0.
Yeah.
Next, we've got the unfortunate Miami Dolphins at the Seattle Seahawks. So, obviously, Tua got hurt. He got another concussion. They put him on IR the other day. He's going to miss at least the next 4 weeks.
I think he needs to play out the rest of his lifespan.
I do too. I agree with that also. Seattle, I don't think is that good. They've kind of gotten lucky with their opponents the first 2 weeks. They did win in overtime versus the Patriots, but I am going to go with Seattle because no Tua is not going to be a good formula for the Dolphins. Having to rely on Skylar Thompson is not the move, to be honest.
I'm also saying Seattle.
And I'll go with Dolphins just for the sake of it. I feel pity.
I pity you.
Why?
Next up, we've got the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals. Both of them are 1-1. The Lions lost narrowly to the Bucs. They literally outgained them 2-1 in yards, but lost the game anywho. And Arizona beat the ever-living crap out of the Rams so hard that they probably just ended the Rams season officially after 2 weeks, which is not even a joke, and I feel bad for them. But Arizona looked really good. I think I'm going to pick the upset here. I think I'm actually going to go with the Arizona Cardinals for the win.
Is Arizona winning really an upset? Kyler Murray looks really good, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is pretty good as well.
He's a beast, apparently. Of course, I sat him in fantasy this week because I have no brain.
Idiot.
What do you got, John?
Detroit.
I figured as much.
That makes sense.
Great pictures because, look at that.
America's game of the week between the 0-2 Ravens somehow lost to the Raiders and the Cowboys who got waxed by the Saints.
I just think these teams are dumb. Not bad, just dumb.
I agree. I cannot see the Ravens being 0-3. I'm picking Baltimore.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I'm going Baltimore, but that's out of personal hatred, so.
Dallas fans are going to be like this after they start 1-2. Next up, we've got the Injury Bowl between the San Francisco 49ers against the LA Rams. The 49ers have a lot of injuries. It's nothing compared to what's happened to the Rams. They've lost Cooper Kupp, they've lost Puka Nacua. I think they'll get their tackle back. Still missing parts of their O-line. They're in a rough spot. And without their top two receivers, I unfortunately think the Rams' season's over. I don't see them recovering from this start because I think the 49ers are going to beat them by a lot.
49ers for the win.
Fine. 49ers.
Man, I think I'm going to have to go with Atlanta.
Okay, yeah, Chiefs and Falcons. The Chiefs narrowly won, partially by penalty against the Bengals, against the Falcons who saved their season by beating the Eagles on Monday night. But again, because God hates us, we'll probably get like a Chiefs holding call or a call against the Falcons that gives the Chiefs the win.
I feel like if Kansas City wins this week, they're going to start the season 7-0, and we're never going to hear the end of it. So yeah. I'm praying that.
I'm optimistic. Atlanta.
All right, guys. I'm the only one without faith, apparently. I'm telling you, this is going to be like a 27-24 game. Jacksonville at Buffalo. Jacksonville is awful. They suck. Trevor Lawrence was not worth that contract. They normally do play Buffalo pretty hard, but the Bills got a dominant win over the Dolphins.
Let's go Buffalo!
Yeah, I do think Buffalo wins, but I do think it's close.
The Bills are going to do what O.J. Simpson did.
Go for 2,000 yards, all purpose. Final game of the week, Ethan's Washington Commanders against the Bengals. Bengals had a heartbreaking loss to the Chiefs, but played far better than they did last week against the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Commanders came up with the win against the Giants with 7 field goals, like we mentioned, and I wonder who he's going to pick for this.
I think Washington is going to win the football game.
But I think that's
baloney. I agree with you, John. I'm going to go with the Bengals to get the dub. There's nothing against your team, but the Bengals are better than 0-2. Thank you guys for watching yet again. It's been fun doing these picks, and hope you enjoy.
Here's the Manatory paper flipped.
Why is that our tradition?
I have no idea.
That's our reaction to week 3 of the NFL.
Woo! I'm kind of just here. I'm
Feeling
filled with
good.
the rage of Honey Badger.
It's Tyrann Mathieu.
Welcome back to week 4 of our NFL weekly picks. Just another insane, stupid week. Ethan came out the winner last week at 9-7. I was 7-9, and John was 6-10. So our win percentages are on screen for the total season. Let's get straight into it. Thursday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys coming off of that loss to the Ravens where they tricked their fans into thinking they were going to come back in that game, and they still lost. To the Giants, who got a win. They beat Deshaun Cosby and the Cleveland Browns. How about that? As we all know, because it's the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants are, in fact, the good guys this week. However, not trust Danny Dimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like Danny Dimes is going to throw a few dimes to the defense.
Giants. I just don't like Dallas.
Let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
We got New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons, both losers last week. Saints fell in a stupid, low-scoring game to the Eagles. Falcons lost because the Chiefs got handed a third consecutive win with no PI call at the end. So that was awesome.
You know, I think the Saints thing was just a fluke.
Why are you crossing Atlanta then?
I forgot which one was which.
I like birds.
I don't like birds, so I'll be going with the New Orleans Saints for a bounce-back win, and Kirk Cousins, unfortunately, is going to start looking like this after this week.
I just can't do it. I can't take this no more, man.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is a football player who struggled against the Indianapolis Colts defense and lost, so that's not good. LA Rams, I said last week that their season was going to be over, but Matthew Stafford, ice in his veins apparently, saved their season with a big comeback to beat the 49ers. I'm going to go with the Rams here because Sean McVay is a good head coach and Matt Eberflus is not a good head coach.
I think I like the animals. We're going to go with the Rams.
So the Bears aren't animals. My bad. All right, John, what about you?
Dang, this is a hard choice. Good thing I got a medallion to flip.
What is this? Oh my god!
Which one is what team?
Okay, Rams.
There was
alright.
nothing to that.
That Rams sweep, I guess.
Yeah.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Damn it!
Alright, next up we've got a very, very exciting matchup. The 3-0 Sam Darnold MVP front-running Minnesota Vikings visiting the Green Bay Packers. As of right now, technically we don't know who's going to start for the Packers, but it's looking more and more likely it's going to be Jordan Love returning this week. Packers got the win against the Titans with Malik Willis last week. Vikings beat the crap out of Houston, which is kind of surprising. My gut's telling me Minnesota, but go Pack, go baby. I'm never going to not be biased. We're going all the way to the NFC Championship and blowing another lead and not making the Super Bowl.
Gillick draws back the pass. He's airing it out. It's going to be long. No! No!
Vikings are kind of animals.
That's why I picked Minnesota.
12 seconds later.
What? Did I just hear Mordecai?
Whoa!
It's Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. Pittsburgh's 3-0. They scored 2 touchdowns this week. I can't even be mad at their win. They just played a good game. Justin Fields actually looks pretty good right now for them, which is highly surprising because I thought that he was donezo after last year in Chicago.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
Indy beat Chicago. Anthony Richardson had 2 of the most horrific interceptions I've ever seen in my entire life. He only threw 2 this week as opposed to 3 last week, so he is improving. I say he only throws 1 this week, and the Colts win.
But Colts are animals. I'm gonna ride this one to the end of the video.
No, he's gonna pick Denver again. Oh no! We've got the Denver Broncos who are visiting the New York Jets. Somehow both winners, where the Broncos actually showed up for a change and beat Tampa Bay somehow. Meanwhile, the New York Jets are in fact the New York Jokes, but not last week where they beat up on the Patriots. And because I trust Aaron Rodgers more than Bo Nix, even though Bo Nix did well, it's as simple as that, baby.
Broncos happen to be animals.
Yeah, but you know what's more powerful than the Bronco? The Jet.
Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. Philadelphia won against New Orleans last week. It was 15-12. It felt like a Steelers game in the way that they scored. Also taking on Tampa Bay, who are desperately looking for a bounce back after getting embarrassed by Bosif Nix and the Denver Broncos. So because they need a bounce back, I'm going to pick Tampa Bay for the win, and I'm probably going to be regretting that. Okay, so Ethan picks the Philadelphia Eagles because they are, in fact, a creature.
Creature.
Tampa Bay.
There be treasure.
Alright, a desperate game for the Bengals here, who dropped to 0-3 after Ethan's Commanders beat them on Monday night. Carolina looked like they were destined for a winless season, and then the Red Rifle returned as Andy Dalton is now top 4 MVP probably. and threw for 303 touchdowns and no turnovers, and they won by, like, it felt like 30. I don't know if I can trust the Bengals, who have the worst defense in the NFL. It's worse than the Colts defense, which not a good thing, Cincinnati, but Carolina's not good now, right? Like, they're not good. I'm just gonna pick Cincinnati and shut up.
Yeah, same here.
Since Bears are not animals. I'd also like to say that Bengals are not animals either.
They don't.
Oh, what's next? You're going to say lions aren't real either?
I would never.
Save that for content later, guys. That's Monday night. Jacksonville at Houston. Houston got embarrassed last week by Minnesota, but they're still 2-1. They're still in the lead for the division. Jacksonville legitimately might be the worst team in the NFL right now. Smoked by Buffalo, 47-10. An utter embarrassment. I can't talk for the Jaguars.
Have you ever had a dream that you
I'm not picking them. I'm picking Houston. Because the NFL makes no sense this year, Jacksonville will probably win like 31-10 or something.
Speaking of Jacksonville winning.
Is it because they are Jaguars?
No, because they have cool uniforms.
I press X to doubt.
Ethan Hibbs' Washington Commanders visiting the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals kind of disappointed me last week. Just never were really in it against the Lions. It was a close game in the final score, but Lions pretty much controlled the game. Washington, buddy, I don't want to like curse it, but like Jaden Daniels is the real deal.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely either see the reincarnation of RG3's knee, which will mean that it will explode again, or he might actually be decent for maximum 4 years.
That's good. That's 4 more years.
I would take 4 more years than what I've had to deal with for
your entire life
since the 90s.
The Commanders are not an animal.
Yeah, but I am. And I'm a commander.
Now that's how you bring it full circle. I'm also going to pick the Washington Commanders, led by former Cardinals head coach, by the way, Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, well, in that case, the Cardinals are screwed.
Okay, so we got the New England Patriots visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams 1-2. They're not the same 1-2. They're both injury wrecked again. This is another injury bowl. New England is missing parts of their entire O-line. San Francisco's missing Kittle. He might be back, I don't know. Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey could be out the entire regular season because they won't reveal anything. Who knows? Overall, Brock Purdy played well. Jawan Jennings is the second coming of Jerry Rice, apparently. We learned this last week as well. But I'm going to go with the 49ers because Patriots roster is this thing we call bad. So 49ers, even with all those injuries, I'll still pick them to win.
San Francisco.
I'm only picking them for the points.
I hate the
Cleveland at Las Vegas. Both teams got embarrassed last week. Cleveland lost to the New York Giants at home. Not great for them. Meanwhile, Vegas lost at home to Carolina, which is even worse. So they made Andy Dalton look like a legitimate quarterback in 2024, which is almost impossible to do, and yet they managed to do it. So because of that, I'm going to actually pick Vegas because Antonio Pierce was so mad that I'm just convinced he's going to get them playing better.
Flipping my ID.
Oh, the famous ID flip.
Alright, I'm going with the Cleveland Browns.
Landed head side up, so you pick Cleveland.
The Browns will harness the power of a certain guy that is convicted right now.
I feel like P. Diddy with fur.
Oh, man! We got the Chiefs, who I will be picking against the
Simple as that.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Alright, Kansas City it is.
Number 1, Justin Herbert might not play. Number 2, the NFL conveniently suspended Derwin James this week for 1 game. I wonder who the Chargers' upcoming opponent is. Dude, I'm trying not to go conspiracy theorist, but come on, man. They're making it blatant at this point. Also, back-to-back weeks getting bailed by 1 week a PI call, the other a non-PI call, and they are 3-0. They're going to be 4-0. They won't deserve any of their 4 wins, but they're going to be 4-0.
I don't want to talk about Kansas City anymore.
You're right.
I'm just doing it for the points.
All the Chiefs stuff is just rage bait at this point. I'm convinced. They're trying to make us mad.
That looked a little Mahomey.
Sunday Night Football, Buffalo Bills against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens got their first win of the season by beating the Cowboys and almost choking. That would have been kind of funny, but also mostly sad because everybody hates Dallas. But the Ravens won. And Buffalo, meanwhile, they got their third straight win. They're 3-0. They were at home. They killed Jacksonville. So they did what they needed to do. Doug Peterson is dead now. Which, rest in peace to him. But overall, this hot streak for the Bills has got to end soon, and I've got this feeling that it's going to be this week where Baltimore emerges as the winner.
I want Baltimore to win for no specific reason.
Yeah, not anything he said like off camera that only we will know now.
I think Baltimore is going to be on the next hit list, like O.J. Simpson.
Joke explains. These actually are probably the two worst teams in the NFL right now. Miami by circumstance because they don't got Tua. Tennessee by circumstance that they do have Will Levis. So because of this, he has had a great turnover every week. He's doing a good job of making his coach want to quit coaching. So overall, I'm going with Miami here.
Will Levis is making people want to watch football just so they can see him fail. And I mean, Dolphins are animals.
Cool. Happy to have your support, guys.
You can have your debate now about this. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Lions. I'm going to pick the Lions, and I'm going to leave it to you two.
So basically, lions are animals.
But like basically, lions, tigers, and bears are not animals, and Seattle's going to smoke them by -14.
Screw you and your rhymes, Ethan Hibbs.
Go Seattle.
I think you're the first person who said go Seattle outside of Seattle in like...
Yeah, I don't think anyone said go Seattle since like 2018.
Seattle? More like skedaddle.
That's all for picks this week. Thanks again for tuning in. Check the slate Sunday to see whose random picks are winning. And he's asleep. You got anything, John? That was really effective.
Yeah, that failed.
And totally didn't make me flinch. See ya. Almost as bad as Will Levis throwing an interception to the D lineman's legs and then getting injured and leaving the game, and they win without him. No.
Almost as bad as Will Levis's crying meme of the week.
That's actually genuinely mean, though. You're crying because you're injured, idiot. We hate you. If you
Will
can't,
Levis supporters.
Let's not go that far. Anyway. But,
honestly, I was trying to call Christian.
Rest in peace. Just kidding. He'll be back soon.
Why doesn't he love me back?
That's what I've been wondering. Last week, I was the winner with 11-5 record. Ethan got second with 9-7. John went 8-8 in third. Overall, pretty good week, guys. Honestly, cannot lie.
We are solid at best.
Boom, baby. Also, win percentages on screen. Anyway. Worth noting before we get started, we have our first set of bye weeks this week, so the Lions, Chargers, Eagles, and Titans will not be playing this week, so good thing we got all the Will Levis jokes out now. Thursday Night Football, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Falcons. The Bucs beat up the Eagles. The Falcons narrowly beat the Saints on a last-second field goal. The Falcons' offense, once again, did not score a touchdown, but their special teams and defense got touchdowns. They're essentially the Steelers, is what I'm trying to say. And because of that, because they are the Steelers without the Steel magic, I will be going with the Buccaneers for this win.
I'm going to also, unfortunately, go with Tampa Bay here.
They downed one bird, they'll down another.
Do we want to do British accents for this? Because this is the London game.
I really feel like that's a terrible idea.
You know what? You're right. It's called editing. It's called editing.
Let us commence forth. British?
The first of a few London games this year between the New York Jets, who lost 10-9 to the Broncos. They scored 3 field goals. Minnesota went up 28-0 on the Packers, and then the Packers made a late comeback, but the Vikings still held on for the win. So the Vikings look like the best team in the entire NFL right now. And trust me, that makes me sick to my stomach. I'm going to go with the Vikings here. Now, it would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever to somehow win this game the week after they got embarrassed by Denver, of all teams, but
I was going to go with the Jets no matter what you said. Your yapping solidified my choice because I didn't want to choose what you chose. I hate you, Blake Marth.
What's wrong with you, bro? You tripping, bro. You tripping.
You know, I feel like if Love couldn't beat Minnesota, Rodgers not going to do nothing.
Carolina at Chicago. Now, at the beginning of the season, we thought this would have been a matchup of #1 draft picks, but instead it's Andy Dalton versus Caleb Williams. Panthers lost to the Bengals. Bears beat the Rams. Do we got a joke? Anybody got anything?
I mean, I feel like Carolina's a big enough joke just by itself. Unfortunately, I'm still voting for them. I feel like I just have to. I feel like Carolina just does something dumb.
By winning? That's the dumb thing?
Yeah, Carolina winning is stupid.
You know what? Screw it. We roll.
They're both going Carolina. They're both going Carolina. I'm picking the Bears.
I would love if Blake was the dumb one to speak.
Caleb Williams, please save me.
I'm asking you. Please save me.
The Baltimore Ravens, who smacked the Bills 35-10, I believe was the final. Cincinnati finally got on the board with a win in Carolina, for what it's worth, but their defense is this.
Hey, Stinky!
I want to pick the Bengals, I really do, but overall I think the Ravens are just a lot better, and their defense compared to the Bengals defense is literally night and day, so I'm going to go with Baltimore.
This will be the 4th game in a row I'll be taking away team. We're going to go with Baltimore.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go with Baltimore.
Miami at New England. So this is the trash bowl. These two teams are both trash. New England, we already knew was going to be trash coming into the season. They got destroyed by the 49ers. Dolphins, obviously with the Tua thing, they are the only team since the 2017 Cleveland Browns to not hold a lead at any point in any game this season, because their one win came on a last-second field goal where they finally took the lead. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have quarterback play. Throw me out there, coach. I could probably be better than the array of quarterbacks they have right now. Tyreek Hill hates everything right now. I'm fully convinced. So I'll be picking the Patriots.
Picking the Patriots is a lot easier to do now that Tom Brady's not there. So, you know.
At least I now know what it feels like to be a Lions fan a couple of years ago.
Welcome to week 6 of our NFL picks. Just to give you a little update, week 5 kind of got screwed up with the file, but I was able to recover it today, so at some point the full version of that video will be out. Last week I was the winner. Wait a minute, well, this graphic's weird. Why is there a 000? Welcome back, Christian Hohenberger.
Oh yeah.
Back.
The kid is back.
The weekly picks.
Don't need for applause. I know.
He's humble too.
I said no need.
So remember, win percentage is what wins the whole season. But for last week, I won at 7-7. Ethan and John tied at 5-9. It's time to do maybe a little bit better. Let's go. Bye weeks this week, we have Kansas City, the Rams, Miami, and Minnesota. Both of the 5-0 teams are on a break, which I think is kind of interesting. But anyway, back to the real part of the video.
It's scripted.
Okay, so we start out with Thursday night, the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. This is a big, huge game early in the season. The 49ers choked the game away against the Cardinals this past week. They're 2-3, kind of struggling a little more than a lot of people would have thought. Meanwhile, Seattle lost to the Giants, which might be even worse. So yeah, that's definitely worse. I think I beat the Giants a couple weeks ago. 49ers really desperately need this win, and so does Seattle. I don't really got much to say. I just think the 49ers are going to end up winning this game.
Yeah, it's just a San Fran win.
Personally, I think Seattle's got this in the bag. I know I've been away from the football scene for 3 months. I think I'm confident with my choice, and Seattle is going to smoke 49ers.
Who is Seattle's quarterback?
Deshaun Watson?
No!
It's the Seattle Seahawks, right?
Yes.
And Seattle's gonna win.
And it's over. Okay, it's the second week in a row we've got a London game. This time, their mascot, the Jacksonville Jaguars, are in town, taking on the Chicago Bears. The Bears are pretty good right now. They're 3-2. They beat the crap out of Andy Dalton and the Panthers. Jacksonville got their first win against the Colts this week, so we feeling good about that, guys? Because I just need to feel like Jacksonville isn't complete garbage and that the Colts are not going to be their only win, I'm going to pick Jacksonville this week for a second straight win.
Go Bears.
We Bears.
Yeah, I feel the Bears.
It's over. Speaking of over, the Cardinals' one-game win streak as they take on the Green Bay Packers, who beat the Rams this week, and the Cardinals beat the 49ers. So, honestly, it's a pretty big game. Cardinals can be 500 if they win this one. Packers can be 4-2 if they win this one. So I'm going to pick the Packers.
I'm constantly hearing Blake say, "Go Pack, go," and I'm taking a stand. While I sit, I'm saying, "Go Pack, no." Cardinals all the way. Arizona's going to win.
You're going on my enemy list.
No, not again.
I really love the enthusiasm from Christian, but I already voted for Green Bay, so it's too late to change.
Okay, you were even wearing the shirt.
Ethan, you're the only one on my side. A much desperately needed game for both the Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Titans got their bye week last week, but they are just 1-3. They got their first win a couple weeks ago against the Dolphins. Colts, after beating the undefeated Steelers, lost to the Jags. That's awesome, but I will pick them because I just desperately want them to win.
Go Indianapolis. They need it. They deserve it.
Why would anyone even watch this game?
He does not know the Will Levis generational run from weeks 1 through 4.
Christian doesn't even know who that is.
Okay, we'll go for Tennessee because
I'll go for the Colts. I just want them to have one good game.
They did against the Steelers, and now it's gone.
And it's gone.
Speaking of over, the New England Patriots season has been over since the start, except for their first week win when they beat the Bengals, but they are horrible. They lost to the Dolphins without Tua, which is not great for them. Meanwhile, Houston beat Buffalo. They're 4-1. However, there is a little bit of a difference in this game. The Patriots announced that Drake May will be getting the start this week, and because I desperately just want to see Houston lose, I will be picking the Patriots because I'm an idiot and I'm just going with my gut for some reason.
But I also really just don't think New England wins that, so I'm gonna have to go with Houston.
I already marked New England.
Why?
Why? That's a good question.
I don't know, but I don't know a lot about soccer, gay. Oh, are these the Dodgers?
Shohei Ohtani, the greatest day in baseball history.
So on one hand, I hate Houston. On the other hand, I also know New England's probably going to lose.
Oh no, not the flip.
Reliable.
Okay. Which one's which?
That would be New England.
This guy just made it up.
He made it up on the spot.
He wanted to choose New England the whole time. He just didn't want to get made fun of.
Watch me not get that right.
Please. It's like when you guys prayed that the Panthers would beat the Bears last week and then they lost by 30.
I would never vote for the Panthers, guys.
I think you voted for them actually more than anybody else.
You know what other
Because
team I voted for more than everyone else?
The Broncos.
The Broncos!
And you were right on that!
Yeah!
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints. The Bucs had to leave early this week because they got the hurricane coming in. So hope they're doing good. They got that devastating loss to the Falcons last week where Kirk threw 500 yards on their heads. Other than that, I still think they're a pretty good team. Meanwhile, New Orleans lost their third straight game after that 2-0 start where we were all hyping them up as the Super Bowl favorites. And now Derek Carr's hurt, and now it'll be Spencer Rattler getting the start this week.
So Tampa Bay?
So Tampa Bay is the pick.
Oh, guys, Tampa Bay's gone through a lot of hardship recently with the hurricane. They need a win.
They really
so I'm
do need a
choosing
win.
New Orleans.
Okay.
We're going with the safe.
Cleveland Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Cleveland Browns are awful. They suck. Deshaun Watson, buddy, is getting what he deserves.
Oh, that's the team.
Deshaun Watson of the Seattle
Is he gonna
Seahawks.
pick them?
We're going with Cleveland.
Come on!
I'm
man.
going with Philadelphia.
I'm going with Philadelphia too.
I'm going with Cleveland and Brown.
Why did you both pick Cleveland? Washington at Baltimore. Baltimore's won 3 in a row. They devastatingly beat the Bengals this week after the Bengals choked the game away at the end.
The Bengals are in purgatory.
Dude,
they're
they're
so bad.
Joe Burrow is having the best quarterback season in the NFL right now, and they're 1-4.
Yeah, it's so tragic being the best quarterback on the worst team.
Exactly.
I feel bad for all Bengals fans, aka Mr. Foxworthy.
Anyway, Washington at Baltimore. I'm kind of divided on this one. I think I'm just going to go Baltimore because they're at home. I hope Washington wins. That'd be more fun.
Yeah, I have to take Washington because they're my team, but I also feel like Baltimore is like good and like they're playing good right now, but they definitely have moments where they're just awful.
They lost to the Raiders a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so I just hope Washington can keep up what they're doing and win that.
I'll go for Washington.
Yeah, same here. I'm going for Washington because, once again...
You, Baltimore!
You, Baltimore! You, Baltimore!
I forgot the Chargers were a team because they had their bye week last week. Ethan Hibbs has been riding up the Denver Broncos for 3 straight weeks. They've won 3 in a row. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Patrick Surtain Jr. is really good. Denver is sneakily good for some reason. And Bo Nix is playing better, which is probably the most important part for them. Despite all of this, I'm going with the Chargers because, I don't know.
I already picked Denver. They're just going to win. It's just going to happen.
I don't think so.
Not so fast!
Broncos country, they're not going to ride.
They also don't
know
ride
what I
anymore.
say about that?
Broncos country, let's ride.
Pittsburgh versus Las Vegas.
The Steelers have lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Colts. They lost to the Cowboys on Sunday night, and they choked that game. They could have won that one right at the end there. While they might have had a bad loss, they're not Las Vegas, who is awful, and so I'm picking Pittsburgh. We could have some QB changes, by the way, this week. Aiden O'Connell will start for the Raiders this week. They benched Gardner Minshew. Russell Wilson's finally healthy and practicing. I don't know if he'll start. I doubt it, but he's an option if they want to go to him.
I'm going Las Vegas.
I think Pittsburgh's got a spark. They didn't do as bad as they probably looked last week.
I think the Steelers are going to steal this from Las Vegas. Okay, shoot me.
Calm down! You calm the down!
All right, America's Game of the Week, the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The Lions had a bye week, but they're 3-1 and they've won 2 in a row. Dallas got that big win in Pittsburgh that they desperately needed. They're 3-2. They're hanging around right now. I don't think they're that great though, and I definitely think not only are the Lions better, but they're going to remember that game where they got cheated last year against the Cowboys, and they're going to want revenge. So I'm going to pick Detroit.
I'm also going Detroit. They're just a fan favorite team, so I got to pick them.
Welcome to Applebee's. Can I interest you in America's favorite boneless wings for just 50 cents each?
I also like Detroit in this game.
Correct choice, friends.
4 for 4 on Detroit.
Now Dallas is going to win.
How about them Cowboys?
The Atlanta Falcons against the Carolina Panthers. The Falcons got that huge win last Thursday against the Bucks. Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was pretty crazy. The Panthers lost their 2nd straight game. They got blown out by the Bears. They're 1-4 right now. Really, you can only argue New England is worse than them right now. And because the NFL is all weird, I feel like the Panthers might just win for some reason, but I'm going to go with Atlanta.
I made a bet. If Carolina wins this week, I will pick Carolina every week for the rest of the year. I'm going to go with Atlanta and pray.
Oh, God. Your win percentage is done for.
It's over, bro.
Go Atlanta.
I'm also going for Atlanta just because choosing the Panthers is kind of embarrassing.
You know what? I'm changing my answer. I just have this feeling. I just have this feeling that they're going to make it this time. Carolina.
Okay, Sunday Night Football. By the way, NBC did not want this game. They actually tried to flex into the Washington-Baltimore game. They're trying to flex into your team in prime time. Can you believe that?
Dude, my team is just better. And they're going against an actual good team. When we're playing well, of course everyone wants to see it.
Cincinnati at the New York Giants. Cincinnati lost a devastating game to the Ravens. If they won that game, I would have been actually very hyped up for them, but now it's like in too big of a hole to climb out of, in my opinion. But they are playing the Giants this week. They did beat the Seahawks, and they're 2-3. They got a better record. But the Giants are not that good. Hot take, they're bad. I'm going to go with Cincinnati for this one.
I don't like voting for Cincinnati after the way they've played, but like I feel like I have to because the Giants are just that bad.
Voting for the Giants leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It feels sick. Like I just... Alright, I'm going to vote for Cincinnati.
Great joke.
The Giants are
That wasn't really a
crying.
joke. I just didn't have an analogy there.
Giants fans are sobbing right now.
John, what you got?
Connecticut.
Buffalo at the New York Jets on Monday. So we got a little bit to talk about here. First with the Bills. Really did a bad job against the Texans. Josh Allen went 9 of 30. He probably got concussed in the game, and they kept him in anyway. Throwing the ball at the end of the game instead of running it, which ended up giving Houston enough time to get in the field goal range and win the game. So they blew that one. The New York Jets are a collapsing organization right now.
Yes, sir.
They just fired head coach Robert Saleh after 3.5 almost years.
And Aaron Rodgers didn't play into that at all.
Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with the situation. Even though Robert Saleh was apparently thinking of firing Nathaniel Hackett that exact morning. He had nothing to do
with it at all.
With this decision. So they have Jeff Ulbrich now. He's their defensive coordinator. He's going to be the new interim head coach. The Jets are going to get something of a spark here. Because look, Robert Saleh wasn't a great head coach. Get somebody else that maybe they do a little bit better. Who knows? Now, I don't think their offense is going to be a ton better. But I will go with the Jets here.
I also enjoy the humor of New York winning them.
I hate the Buffalo Bills for no real reason, so the Jets.
Oh, he's flipping a real coin?
Is that a tails? Second option.
The Jets.
My spirit's released, but I've got to get there still.
So thanks for watching. We're glad this guy is here now so he can bless us with his picks, I guess.
I'm not glad. I'm actually so sad. Mad even.
Alright, and Christian, it is tradition that we do this.
How did it get on top of my head without even
That'd be Ethan, bro.
He's tweaking right now, legitimately. Thanks for watching. Woo! Welcome back to week 7 of our NFL picks. It's a miracle it's lasted even this long.
He's done miracles on me.
So last week, Ethan and I tied with 11 wins each. John was in second place with 7, and Christian, despite his chance to take a big lead, fell with 5-9 record.
God, you guys.
Pretty sure I got them all right, actually. Every single one coming up, Christian.
Everything's coming up.
Christian.
I'm wearing the smart glasses.
Let's get into it. Okay, so before we start, we have Chicago on a bye week. They got a nice win against the Jags in London. And then we have Dallas.
Help! Help! Help me! Help!
Thursday Night Football, the Denver Broncos against the New Orleans Saints. Broncos lost to the Chargers. They were down 23-0 at one point. Ended up losing that game only by 1 score, but Broncos didn't have a great week against the LA Chargers. And the Saints, on the other hand, really didn't have a good week, losing 51-27 to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Spencer Rattler, he was okay in his first game, but when your defense gives up 51 points, doesn't make it easy. This is the Sean Payton revenge game, I guess. You ever want to see the coach get revenge? Who cares? I'm gonna pick the Broncos, though.
I'm also picking the Broncos because New Orleans they threw that game away. It's over.
I love picking the Broncos 7 times in a row.
Oh, cool. Broncos country. Let's ride.
This one's for John.
Boy, our next pick is not that great.
The last London game, the 1-5 New England Patriots, the 1-5 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Patriots only win against the Bengals. Jacksonville's only win against the Colts, so that's not great. Patriots started Drake May last week, and to the shock of everybody, he didn't get murdered. Now, he didn't play incredible, but he threw 3 touchdowns. He played all right. He had a nice touchdown. Jacksonville... It's absolute chaos over there. I think with a loss, Doug Peterson gets fired. To put him and the Jags out of their misery, I'm going to pick the Patriots and see the Jags fall to 1-6.
I'm also picking the Patriots. I have some hope in their new quarterback to score twice, which is all they need.
I am also going with the Patriots.
The smart glasses, it's picking between crap and more crap. I guess I'll pick the crap. New England. And next one, we got Battle of the Birds.
Seattle versus Atlanta. Seattle lost to the 49ers. They've now lost 3 games in a row. The Falcons have won 3 games in a row. They've won 3 straight division games. They put themselves in a really good spot to potentially win the division. And I think they're going to keep it rolling, and I pick Atlanta.
I'm also picking Atlanta because I like their odds. 3 games in a row. They're going to keep going.
I am also picking Atlanta.
The Broncos was also going on a 3 streak and they lost, so... I mean, I'm still picking Atlanta, but...
4 for 4!
What are we doing? There's no difference!
So we're all picking the same team for the next week too, right?
The Tennessee Titans, and I'm going to be picking their opponent, the Buffalo Bills. who just traded for Amari Cooper, which is a nice move for them.
I'm really excited to see Amari, actually. And I'm also going with Buffalo.
The Titans are the one that just lost like by a ton of points, right?
No, they lost to the Colts by 3. But a loss to the Colts feels like losing by a lot of points.
Yeah, the Titans still suck.
I can't go with the Bills. I can't do it. We're going with Tennessee.
This guy's the 2% on ESPN that picked Tennessee.
Well, I'll do the Bills because I got the Bills.
Teams suck too.
Yeah, you're right. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Nick Chubb will return after over a year for the Browns. They just traded away Amari Cooper to the Bills, so they did lose one of their top weapons, but they get another back. Unfortunately for them, Deshaun Watson is maybe the worst quarterback to ever play football, which doesn't really help them. So I will be going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals, and the final score will be 13-10.
His name was Chubb?
Nick Chubb.
Funny name. I'm going to Cleveland.
You know what, Christian? I have to agree with Christian. And the Big Chubb is back.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going with Connecticut because I'm pretty sure Cleveland is as bad as the Cleveland show.
Why is this bit still going? What are we doing?
Yeah, DraftKings is not going to be kind.
DraftKings is cooked.
Here's the sponsor of our video,
DraftKings. Houston at Green Bay.
The Houston Texans beat the Patriots this week. Green Bay, they're doing their whiteout where they're going to have the white helmets. This guy picked Houston. I guess that's not a bad pick. Houston got embarrassed by Minnesota earlier this year. Green Bay's not only going to win, I think they're going to blow them out by at least 2 scores.
You just make me want to pick Houston, you know that?
Why?
I picked Houston.
Okay, I'll vote Green Bay.
Fine.
I picked Green Bay as well, though I don't think they're going to blow them out.
I'll take a win. I'll take a win for the Packers this week. That'd be sick.
Please?
The Miami Dolphins at 2-3, taking on the Colts at 3-3. The Dolphins have their bye week. Last time they played, they beat the Patriots, which I could do in my sleep, to be honest with you. Colts beat the Titans in a really boring game. Flacco ended up starting again, which was kind of a big surprise, but it does sound like this time for real Anthony Richardson will be back in playing. I'm going to pick the Colts here, and if they do lose, it's going to be real bad.
I'm also going to be picking the Indianapolis Colts for no reason.
I am also picking the Colts.
Well, I'm going Colts too, but it's a win-win, and whoever wins, you know.
Detroit at Minnesota.
Detroit at Minnesota is a big game. Lions just did America a solid.
You're welcome.
Minnesota had their bye week, but they're 5-0, along with the Chiefs are the only undefeated teams. This one could go either way, but I'm going to go with the Lions because they've got that momentum, even though, unfortunately, they did lose Aiden Hutchinson for the year with a severe leg injury, but hopefully it doesn't hurt the Lions too much, so I'm going to go with Detroit.
These teams are both good. I'll go with Minnesota. They're undefeated. They'll probably keep it up.
I'm also going with Minnesota.
All right.
Eventually.
Oh, Lions.
Philadelphia at the New York Giants. The Eagles look terrible, honestly, this week when they beat the Browns.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
The Giants, though, have no offense at all. They've got a good defense, but they have no offense. They got 1 touchdown against the Bengals. This is the Saquon revenge game. I think he's going to go for at least
1 million
yards total, and the Eagles are going to win pretty easily.
I trusted Blake's intuition with this one, so I'm also going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, also Eagle.
I also said Philadelphia.
No.
The Vegas Raiders against the LA Rams. The Raiders traded away Devontae Adams on on Tuesday, that's right.
You're an idiot.
To say the least, they are in a bad spot right now. They got blown out by Pittsburgh. Not looking good for the Raiders right now. The Rams had a bye week. They're 1-4, so they're also pretty desperate to win. I think they're going to get Cooper Kupp back. Don't quote me on it, though. I don't think it's really confirmed whether he's going to play or not, but I'm going to go with the Rams.
Even though the Rams are like half not alive, I think they're just a way better team.
I haven't really heard anything from Las Vegas from them doing good, so I'm also going to go with the Rams.
I believe the Rams are going to ram the Raiders off the field.
Ram the what?
They're going to do what? They're going to do what?
All right.
The Carolina Panthers sitting at 1-5, and I'm going to be picking their opponent, the Washington Commanders, who had an impressive loss this week, which is funny to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like losing, but like only losing by 7 to an almost perfect game by a past MVP who was playing like an MVP. I'm still going with Washington now. I liked last week even though we lost.
I'm also going with Washington.
I also am going with Washington, though I swear if the Panthers win this one, I'm slapping Ethan.
Oh, wow!
He should have a perfect passer rating, let's be for real. And if he doesn't, he's a bust and he'll never be good again.
And we're trading him for a bag of rocks.
Oh hey, would you look at that? The next game is the two teams we absolutely hate.
Yeah, and that's true. It is a Super Bowl rematch that everybody totally wants to watch. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Chiefs are 5-0.
Come on, come on. Kill me, I'm here, kill me!
The 49ers beat the Seahawks last Thursday.
On one hand, Kansas City is rigged. On the other hand, 49ers.
If you don't do anything, 5 people will die. But if you choose to pull the lever, only 1 person will die.
Something that John just said. Kansas City's always been rigged. I think the NFL's finally catching on that we're tired of it. I think they're going to make Kansas City lose.
You know what? I agree with you, though. Let's go Niners, I guess.
Yeah, I think since this is our Super Bowl rematch, I feel like they'll definitely pull something where the San Fran somehow wins this. Love the script. Good script.
Okay, what do we got?
What does it say?
Heads.
Heads, okay, Kansas City.
Dude, coins always go in favor of Kansas City.
But hey. Heck yeah, Jets versus the Steelers.
The game we all want to watch, John.
I want to watch it.
I don't. The absolute most must-win game for the Jets. They had a chance to be first place in the division last week, and they weren't able to come up with the win. They have to win this game, or else I think it's probably curtains for them. I mean, I already don't think they're going to go into like the Super Bowl or anything. They just are too flawed of a team. Devontae Adams will help them, but can he block? Pittsburgh, on the other hand, believe it or not, it sounds like they're actually going to switch QBs this week. Sounds like they're going to give Russell Wilson the start, which is a little surprising because Fields hasn't been playing great the last couple weeks, but they just won. I don't know. I don't think the fans are very happy about it.
Mr. Unlimited.
But I'm going to go with Pittsburgh here because it's just how it works.
I think the New York Jets got this in the bag. Their coach is going to give them like a little inspirational speech because it's going to be completely over if they lose.
I can't wait to see Devontae and Aaron Rodgers kissing on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh quite literally steals it from the Jets.
Unlimited diarrhea.
The Ravens have been playing real sweet the last few weeks. They played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just dropped 50 points against the Saints. Baker Mayfield threw 3 picks, and they still scored 50 points. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. This is one that I'm actually really back and forth on, but ultimately I do think Derrick Henry's going to have a nice game again, and I think that Baltimore is going to win.
I'm also going to go with Baltimore because Tampa Bay just gave it up way too hard.
I'll go with Baltimore.
I hate Baltimore, which makes me hate the fact that I'm going to have to pick them.
I pure, straight hate you. But God damn it, do I respect you.
The last one, we have the LA Chargers against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals got blown out by Green Bay last week, and the Chargers beat the Broncos last week. There was a kind of a scary moment where Jim Harbaugh actually went into the medical tent and went into the locker room, but apparently he was just having like a kind of a breathing episode, but it looks like he's good now. He actually bragged it's happened to him once before. He's 2-0 in games where he's had a breathing problem, which I think is hilarious.
He bragged about that?
Yeah.
2-0 with in arrhythmias.
So he's going to have a purposeful asthma attack in the next game, and just going up.
So because Jim Harbaugh is going to have breathing problems again, I will be picking the LA Chargers for this win.
I mean, I'm going with Arizona, but it would be funny.
I think it'd be funny to see LA win, so I'm going to choose LA.
I feel like the Chargers are going to just like keep charging and then slap the Cardinals.
This guy always makes a pun on their day.
Chargers country, let's charge. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back with the results next week. It's been fun doing this as always. And yeah, any last thoughts, guys?
God, I hope I win.
Welcome to week 8 of our NFL picks. This is a little different this week. We had to record on a Monday because I'm going to be out of town starting Wednesday.
I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104.
So we do not have the results of the Week 7 Monday night games yet, but we do know that John is the winner last week. Records and win percentages on screen. I was in second, Ethan was third, Christian was fourth, and that'll reflect in the win percentages, however it may go. So overall though, pretty exciting week last week. A lot of crazy stuff happened, and then a lot of non-crazy stuff happened because the Panthers got blown out once again.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
But anyway, let's get into it. Thursday night, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Rams. Vikings suffered their first loss of the season, 31-29 to Detroit Lions.
I count receipts, dude! I count receipts!
However, I still believe that the Vikings are a good team. I just think that the Lions slightly outplayed them. The Rams got an ugly win, 20-15, I believe, over the Raiders, who really suck. Rams have just had a weird season. They've been injured a bunch. But I do think Cooper Kupp is going to return for the Rams this week. It sounds like that's what Sean McVay indicated. But I'm still going to go with the Vikings.
Although the Vikings have severely disappointed me in this last game, I'm still going to go with them just because I think they are still better than the Rams. But holy hell, that last game was not good.
I'm also going to go with Minnesota. I think they're just overall a little bit better.
Here's my line of thinking, okay? Minnesota, even though they, lost to the Lions, they still competed with the Lions, and it's a pretty close score. Rams, they suck. So, Minnesota.
Score!
Baltimore Ravens, whose last game we don't have the result of yet while recording, against the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, the Browns once again lost. They are now 1-6, and Deshaun Watson, unfortunately,
dang,
out for the year.
Sad.
Oh,
man,
man.
Achilles.
This really vexes me.
This is really, really upsetting. So the Browns got better this past week. I don't know if it's going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson or Jameis Winston starting for them.
But Deshaun was treated badly. And now he has to overcome another obstacle.
But either way, it's going to be like a 30-point win for the Ravens.
I already voted for Baltimore.
I hate Baltimore.
I'm just going to be a follower because I don't know, so I'm going Baltimore.
Next match does not matter because we're picking Detroit.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions are going to absolutely destroy the now 1-5 Tennessee Titans.
Go Detroit! Well, I was really thinking about choosing Tennessee again because,
me picking Carolina the first 4 weeks.
What's wrong with you?
Horrendous.
Just praying for a different outcome. The definition of insanity.
I go with Detroit.
That's an intervention, buddy. Nice job.
Did you pick Detroit?
I did.
Cool.
I like Detroit. They're cool.
All right, we all picked Detroit. Now here's the real game.
Yup, none of these.
Arizona and Miami.
All these other games, fake. None of them
real.
This is the real game. The Arizona Cardinals, the Miami Dolphins. Cardinals we don't know yet. Dolphins lost to the Colts. And Tua might be back for Miami, even though I don't know what happened to Arizona this week. Go the Cardinals.
I'm also going to say the Cardinals. Tua, please, if you play, wear a Guardian cap.
Nope.
Why?
Personal choice.
You know what? I'm going to go with Miami.
I already picked Arizona. I'm sorry, man, Miami.
Speaking of 9/11, the New York Jets and New England.
What are we doing?
I am picking New York.
All right.
I'm going New York.
We're going with the New York Jets.
We're all going with the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, this reminds me of something.
But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
We got Atlanta against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Atlanta got soundly defeated by the Seahawks this week. It was kind of a surprising game. They lost by 20 points. The Bucks, I don't know. I'll pick Tampa.
I think I'll go with Tampa.
10% pain, 20% pain, 15% concentrated power of pain.
I'm going with Tampa Bay because I got the Bucks.
Above average.
I'm going to go with Atlanta.
This game actually got moved to the late window spot, so I had to go in and edit the pick sheet in order to reflect it correctly. America's game of the week between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Nobody would have thought this would be the big game at any point ever, maybe. The Bears have their bye week. Commanders actually lost Jaden Daniels in the game, but it was just to a rib injury. If he misses time, it would be just this week, but we don't know yet. They soundly took care of the Panthers even without him. I think this game's going to come down to if Jaden Daniels plays. If he plays, I think the Commanders win. Since we don't know if he's going to play, though, just to be safe, I'm going to go with the Bears.
Even if Jaden Daniels does not play,
Commanders.
Marcus Mariota is running a masterclass.
Hello?
I love you. I'm also going to go with Washington just because of Ethan's intuition.
So once again, Blake, F you.
Get out of my room!
You're the one that picked the Bears, Packers fan. Come on, what's wrong with you?
Everybody has to make sacrifices, buddy.
I'm picking
I
Jackson.
hope this guy will.
No, don't do that. Some sacrifices are worth making, okay? Alright. Green Bay Packers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Packers got that massive win over the Texans, 24-22, right at the end there with that game-winning field goal. Honestly, kind of relieving as a Packers fan to see a game-winning kick actually go through for a change.
Carlson, no!
Jacksonville, meanwhile, they beat the Patriots in London. I almost said New England. It's Old England.
Yeah, but even though they beat them, is that really a challenge?
No.
They both suck.
I hate to say this, but I think like the University of like Tennessee would beat the Patriots right now.
Green Bay.
Point is,
Green
I'm gonna
Bay.
pick Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay.
All right, we got Indianapolis at Houston. This is a huge game for both these teams. Houston just narrowly lost to the Packers last week. They had a pretty bad game from C.J. Stroud. Really, probably the worst game he's ever played in the NFL. Joe Mixon played pretty well. Their defense had good spots. Colts were not great against the Dolphins. Anthony Richardson started out not being able to complete any passes like at all. Second half, though, played a lot better. That's why I got the jersey on, because I think he's going to continue that streak, and I think with Jonathan Taylor back, maybe with DeForest Buckner back, don't look at me like that, the Colts can get this done, and I'm going to pick them.
I love the Colts, but
How about no?
I already voted Indy.
I'm going to go Houston just to tie it up.
Good is a stretch for the Colts, but I picked them anyway.
Houston is good. The Colts are all right.
The New Orleans Saints against the LA Chargers. Don't know the Chargers result yet. They play Arizona. The Saints, they're bad. Obliterated by Denver, which is not an easy feat. Only they have had that happen to them so far. Saints have lost 5 in a row since they started 2-0. Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener will start. Derek Carr is pushing to play, but I kind of doubt he makes it. So with all that, I mean, it's Chargers, man. Sorry.
I'm also going to be going with the Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Basically, I think the Chargers are going to charge in at New Orleans, beat the crap out of them, and then charge them extra for having to give them the ass beating.
I swear he's made that kind of joke before.
Probably.
This has definitely happened.
Accidentally once. This time's on purpose.
They're going to charge to New Orleans. It's pretty bold considering the game is in Los Angeles. But
And they're going to charge there just to go back.
Wait, what are we doing?
Oh, shit. We are playing away.
Oh! They're going to get to the field. No one's there.
This just in. LA Chargers are not at their stadium. We do not know where they're at.
the Buffalo Bills taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Kind of a sneaky good matchup here. The Bills got that win over the Titans. They trailed at halftime, but actually ended up winning really solidly. Seattle, meanwhile, got a really nice win in Atlanta. They were on a 3-game losing streak. They snapped it. They got back on track. Geno Smith had a great game. I'm kind of divided on this one, honestly, but I think I'm going to go with Buffalo because I think Amari Cooper is going to start doing even more in the offense, and the Bills are going to keep rolling.
I hate the Bills with burning passion. I'm going Seattle.
Why do you hate the Bills?
I don't know.
Oh.
It was like O.J. Simpson.
He was on the Bills?
Yes.
Oh.
He was running
He was pretty good at football.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I might like the Buffalo Bills a little bit more now.
Dude, how could you like him? I mean, he was committing crimes all over, dude. Like, trucking guys.
Yeah, all over the field.
2,000 yards all purpose. Also, this other thing he did, he was an actor for a little bit.
I mean, at least he has a loving relationship with the people around him.
He had nice gloves.
He did have nice gloves.
They're a little tight.
Too bad they shrunk.
Yeah.
Too bad they didn't fit anymore.
Yeah, they don't fit.
Magically. Anyway.
Oh, he also killed his wife!
Hey,
that's
right.
Oh.
He also killed a waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cares about that guy.
Oh.
Go Seattle! Go Seattle!
Rest in peace.
Go for Buffalo because they had the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, we're also like
Keon Coleman.
Micah Hyde.
It's not even on the team anymore.
This is a Packers reference, okay?
Oh god.
Okay, Buffalo.
The Eagles against the Bengals. Bengals got that win against Cleveland. Not really impressing me though, to be honest. Eagles though did impress me. They blew out the Giants. Saquon Barkley had 170 yards on his old team, as I think everybody kind of expected. And the Eagles are kind of on a roll right now. However, I do think the Bengals are going to win this game. Why? Because they're doing the whiteout for the stadium where they're wearing the white helmets. They haven't lost with them, and that is literally my only reason to pick them.
I like Tigers.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen them play, but I guess I'm going to vote for them.
So I've been corrected that it's actually Cincinnati and not Connecticut. I'm still calling them Connecticut for the bit, but you know, Bengals.
Yeah, so that confirms to you he wasn't doing it for the bit last time, which is actually worse. You know, the Connecticut Tigers. Great team.
Yeah, they got like claws and stuff in their orange.
Yeah.
Claws and stuff.
Speaking of loser cats of Carolina.
That's a pretty smooth transition, man.
There you go. Nice job.
Yeah, good
Bonus
segue.
points.
Too bad they're gonna lose.
Yeah,
they're not winning.
Too bad it is now a guarantee to pick their opponent. Unless their opponent is named the Las Vegas Raiders, they're not gonna beat them.
Oh, Denver.
It's the Denver Broncos, by the way. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. Go Broncos.
Broncos.
That was like a struggle.
Couldn't spit it out. All right, speaking of the Las Vegas Raiders, we just mentioned them. They lost to the Panthers this year.
They lost to the Panthers.
They lost to the Panthers the week after beating the Ravens, and they are horrendous. They lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
Their only other win, besides the Ravens game, was against the Browns.
Yep.
Kansas City hasn't lost a game. They have luck on their side. They got a good defense. They got the refs on their side. It's Kansas City. Again.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kansas City.
Okay, so basically, if you lose to the worst team ever, you're not being the most riggest.
Beating
the most
rigged.
Rigged.
The most riggest.
Riggedest.
What the are you babbling about?
Riggity's nuts, son!
Yes!
That's inappropriate, but the 9/11 joke wasn't.
Yeah. Kansas City and Las Vegas. Las Vegas is just disappointing as hell. We're going Kansas. You know, this is going to be the one game Vegas wins.
That'd be funny. I would laugh.
We have the Dallas Cowboys at San Francisco.
So both of these teams are moderately trash. The 49ers looked abysmal against the Chiefs. Brock Purdy, 3 picks.
I think I'm gonna go with San Fran here. I like the San Francisco Tigers.
As bad as San Francisco was last week, though. Dallas, coming off their bye week, still did lose by 38 points. Dak got a ring! He proposed to his girlfriend.
I hate Dak Prescott and his girlfriend, wife now.
Good for him.
That's mean.
Good for him. I'm going for the Friscos.
It's time to get frisky.
Alright, last week, Monday night, we got the New York Giants, kill me, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers, they look pretty good against the Jets. Russell Wilson, he got back to that Seattle let Russ cook form. And the Giants are an abysmal team who sucks. So I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Okay, do you remember Jack and the Beanstalk?
Yeah.
That's how much stealing the Steelers are going to be doing.
I don't know. I don't watch Shrek anymore. We're going with Pittsburgh.
Copyright, buddy. I got copyrighted for putting Jaden Daniels highlights.
This is why you should have picked Green Bay.
Me and Jaden Daniels might kiss.
Well, that was
silent.
I voted for Mr. Unlimited.
He's trying to say that he can.
I think that does it for this video, right?
Yep, that's pretty much everything. So thanks for watching once again. There's the paper flip, and that means bye-bye. Welcome to week 9 of our NFL picks. Last week was an interesting result.
We have a 3-way tie.
Ethan, Christian, and John all won with 10. I had 9, so I am the ultimate loser.
That
You suck.
I'm a loser.
Let's get right into it. Thursday Night Football, the Houston Texans taking on the New York Jets. Texans got a close win over the Colts, 23-20. Unfortunately, got some bad news in the injury front, losing Stephon Diggs for the year with a torn ACL. He'll be out for the remainder of the season. Nico Collins is still out. However, they are taking on a dumpster fire right now. The Jets are mega doo garbage. They lost to the Patriots, who's also the last team they beat over a month ago. They're on a 5-game losing streak. They have made literally every move they can, and because of that, I'm just going to go with Houston because they're trending in the right direction. They're probably going to win their division. This will be another important win for them to do that.
You said the injuries were on Houston's side?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, their entire team can go out. All of them get replaced. They'd still beat the Jets.
No, I'm just really curious on what John's about to flip his coin for.
Right.
They're the
Heads
first
for
pick of the day.
Houston, tails for Jets.
John, one of these teams is 2-6, and the other's 6-2.
That's Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston's 6-2.
Okay.
I'm going to save you the problem.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm going to need this for another one. You know the one.
No, I don't. But go ahead, Ethan.
I'm going to go with the Jets.
Oh, this guy.
So you don't like a winning percentage.
I swear, if they win now, I'm going to be really mad. Bye weeks, Pittsburgh and San Francisco. But nobody really cares about those, except Ross is playing really well for the Steelers, so credit to him, I guess. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The Cowboys have lost 2 in a row here. Were competitive at first with the 49ers, fell way behind, then made a big comeback, and still lost. So they're 3-4. Atlanta got that big win on the road to sweep Tampa Bay. They're now 5-3. They're 4-0 in their own division. And I want to pick Atlanta because it makes sense, but I'm actually kind of divided on this one for some reason. So I'll go ahead and let you guys go first.
I'm going to go with Atlanta.
No, I need the coin for later. I'll go Atlanta too. Something. I hate Texas.
So is your coin going to explode after one use?
Yes.
I didn't know the coin can only be used one time.
Single use.
Look, I only have one of these, okay?
What? He's just going to lose the coin.
You're just not going to pick
You
it back
can't
up.
pick it back up. It's literally not possible.
Yes, the quarter stealer always steals them.
Swiper, no swiping!
Oh, man. I'm going to go Dallas, though. I just got the weird feeling. I want Atlanta to win, to be clear, because I want Dallas to never win again.
I'm also going to go Dallas.
I just got a weird feeling Dallas is going to hang around a little bit here, unfortunately.
I do love hearing Dallas should never win a football game.
How about them Cowboys?
AFC East matchup, the Buffalo Bills at 6-2 taking on the 2-5 Miami Dolphins. Dolphins lost this week to the Cardinals. Didn't lose Tua though, so that's a good sign. He was able to stay healthy for the whole game. But that's pretty much it. They are not a good team. The Bills are a very good team. They stomped all over the Seahawks in Seattle, and I just think they're on a roll right now. I think they're probably, you can debate between them and Baltimore for the second best team in the conference right now, but I think that they are going to end up being the 2 seed, and because of my prediction for that, I'll also go for them this week.
I still have personal prejudice against Buffalo Bills, so I'm going Miami.
I saw Tua slide for the first time last
Ever.
week.
In his career.
So I actually am going to go with Miami.
I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills, but I'll still be happy if Miami manages to win.
Buffalo all the way this time!
2 teams desperately needing a win right now. The Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Raiders played a pretty competitive game with the Chiefs, ultimately came up with the L though. And the Bengals were in the game through the third quarter with the Eagles and then gave up 20 unanswered and lost by 20 points. So Cincinnati's hanging on for dear life right now at 3-5, but this seems like a fairly winnable game. They actually haven't won a home game this year. They were 0-4 at home. I think that streak's going to end, and I think the Raiders are going to go down to 2-7.
I'm also going to go with Cincinnati. I feel like they should just win this game.
I'm also going to go with Cincinnati.
I'll go with Cincinnati. Oh, sorry, Connecticut. Sorry, I thought we were.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But in all seriousness, I'm probably going to go with the Bengals. I feel like they probably got this one. If they don't got this one, then I lost faith in them.
Nice chance to look at me, Hector.
The LA Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The Chargers put a number on the Saints this week. But the Browns got a big upset win, defeating the Ravens with Jameis Winston throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. This just shows that Deshaun Watson is indeed a football terrorist who makes teams worse. But I will go with the Chargers here. I do think they're a better team overall.
John got a real chuckle out of that one.
I mean, Cleveland's looking a lot more likable right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to be going with the Browns.
You know what? So
I'll go with the Browns. Why not?
Cleveland Browns. Screw you, Blake.
I really just got 3-1 in favor of the Cleveland Browns.
Jameis.
This is what I deal with, people.
Yeah, this is going to be your losing streak, bro.
I swear to God, if I get this one wrong, I'm going to go insane. If Cleveland wins again...
I mean, we're probably going to lose, but it'll be worth it for the bet.
Speaking of a very entertaining game, we have New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans.
There is nothing entertaining about this game.
The two objectively worst teams in the NFL. Blake just walked out of the door.
I'm back.
These teams suck.
These two teams have nothing going for them.
Dude, if you, put a gun to my head and told me I have to pick one of these two teams, I think I might take the bullet instead.
Yeah, I'd rather get shot.
Yeah.
I remember what I was going to use the coin for. Okay.
You're using it for the tank bowl? Are you kidding? Just pick one! Don't waste it!
It's just a 50-50.
Dude, I'm picking New England. I don't know about the rest of you. At least they have 2 wins.
Bro, I think I'd rather choose the man. There's no good choice.
That might be the better choice. It's heads.
Alright, I'm going with New England.
I don't feel comfortable going New England. I'll go Tennessee.
Tennessee it is.
Hey, well, to be fair, I don't feel comfortable going New England either. I also don't feel comfortable going Tennessee.
I went Tennessee one time in the past, and I think they completely got demolished.
Yeah,
they lost horribly.
Well, if you don't know what's happened to the Titans this past week...
Coin hasn't exploded yet.
The Denver Broncos are Ethan's new second team. Bo Nix is playing pretty well.
Just don't look at that one game where he threw for -9.
But they won, so he's a winner.
He's really good.
He motivated the defense, okay? Also, it was against the Jets, so it's actually a very unimpressive win now looking back. Ravens lost to the Browns, which was pretty surprising. I think that Denver is actually getting Baltimore at a decent enough time where they could potentially upset them since they were already on a 1-game losing streak, but I'm going to go with Baltimore. I think they'll get a little bounce back, but I think it'll be a close game.
I mean, I'm going with Denver, so they've treated me right so far.
Yeah, I'm going with Denver. Broncos country, let's ride. And
you, Baltimore!
I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Washington at the New York Giants. I was telling John earlier, Washington, I think will win, but what if the Giants win? What if they win? Because obviously... I don't even think I have to recap their game against the Bears. Everybody knows what happened. The Hail Mary, one of the best plays in franchise history to win the game. But what if it's one of those disappointing games? I'm not going to pick the Giants because the Giants are horrible and they just lost to the Steelers and now they're 2-6. But I don't know. I think this is going to be a close one. I think the Commanders are going to have to go on a drive to win this one at the end. But I think they're going to get it done.
I avidly refuse to choose any teams that are based in New York. But... this one is tempting, but I'm still going to go Washington.
I went with Washington. I really feel like we should have won last week a lot easier. We played on offense extremely well and just didn't make it into the end zone, getting 3 on every drive imaginable. But then our defense was let's make this game interesting. and then we got bailed out with a Hail Mary that was beautiful. So if we play as well as we did on offense, we should win this game pretty easily.
Yeah.
So we all picked Washington, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
4-0 sweeping is Washington. That hasn't happened in 30 years.
Who'd have thunk it, man? Giants are an XFL team, so that's
speaking of XFL team.
The New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. XFL matchup. Oh, God. The Saints have lost 6 straight games. They might get Derek Carr back. I don't know if it's going to get a ton better for them, but at least Derek Carr can throw the ball. Spencer Rattler really can't. And Carolina is a football organization that
somehow
does play games. With how bad New Orleans is, it's embarrassing that Carolina is going to end up losing this game by at least 20 points, but I go with the Saints.
Also going to take the Saints.
I will say, though, if the Saints lose, Dennis Allen's getting fired. He's gone, bro. It is over.
I think this year has been the worst thing to happen to New Orleans since Hurricane Katrina.
That's actually crazy. That's actually insane. 2 weeks in a row.
And I think it's going to get even worse. I think Carolina's going to take home this W.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going Carolina.
I just have a feeling this is the shining moment that the Panthers are just going to win once and then never again.
Why are we picking the Panthers?
Can I switch my vote to the Panthers?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Carolina.
The Jacksonville Jags, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jaguars almost pulled off the upset against the Packers. Jordan Love left the game early, and that helped Jacksonville be able to stop them a little bit easier. But Malik Willis came in and got the job done. Jags are 2-6 now. Got to give them credit for playing close, but they did also lose Christian Kirk for the year to a broken collarbone injury. Philadelphia just beat the crap out of the Bengals, and they're better. I think they're back on track. They're going to contest with Washington for the division. It's between those two, and I'm going to go with Philadelphia this week as well.
I'll also be going with Philadelphia.
I don't like Philly, but, you know, they're probably going to win.
The Eagles are going to show Jacksonville how they do it in Philly.
Let me instruct you how we battle in the city of Philly.
Dougie McBuckets.
All right, so we've got Tyreek Stevenson and the Chicago Bears taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Tyreek Stevenson was taunting Commanders fans on the final play of the game instead of defending the Hail Mary. He goes over and he bats it up in the air directly to Noah Brown for the catch for the Hail Mary. So he's a complete clown. Arizona's a decent team. They beat Miami, and they're 4-4, and I think they're going to continue that streak. I think they're going to be this kind of team that is streaky throughout the year. Well, they'll go on a win streak, and then they'll go on a lose streak. And they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. I think they extend it to 3. Give me Arizona.
I'm going to go with Arizona. I think they're the better team.
Cardinals country? I don't know.
Any other jokes? And we got anything? What do you got?
I'm still deciding if I want to go for the Bears or not.
Do you really want to go with the Bears?
I get it. He's a clown. He's a goofball.
Their whole team are
silly
clowns.
The Bears are going to get roasted because Arizona's oven.
I'm going with the Bears. I just got a gut feeling.
I hate you.
I know. Next game up, we have the Detroit Lions at Green Bay.
All right, so the Lions are on a heater right now. They've won, I think, 4 in a row. 5 in a row? 5 in a row, because they're 6-1. They beat the Titans 52-14. Packers had to scrape by against the Jaguars, and Jordan Love and Jair Alexander, whose jersey I got on, and Evan Williams, the rookie safety, all got hurt. They might all play, but I got to be honest, guys, I love this team, but like I'm having a tough time seeing it beating Green Bay this week. I'll pick Detroit, although I do think Green Bay will beat them when they play in Detroit later this year and split the series.
As long as Jordan Love doesn't get injured a 3rd time.
Yeah, well, he hurt his balls. It was a groin injury, so...
Yeah, you can't fault the guy for racking his nuts.
Yeah.
Let's go Detroit.
Yeah, I think, by the way, I think...
You got the wrong ball, bro.
I think he'll play this week. I just don't think he'll be up to 100%. That's kind of my thought on that.
Okay, so you all know I'm picking Detroit. This is going to be revenge for Thanksgiving last year.
Well,
B-word.
Blake?
I'm also going to be going with Detroit. I just don't got a lot of faith in Green Bay right now.
The LA Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Rams got an absolutely desperately needed win against the Vikings. Saved their season. Cooper Kupp's not going to be traded now. They're 3-4, and I do think actually they're going to win this division. I think that with everybody healthy, they're going to do a great job in this very mid NFC West, and that starts by beating Seattle and getting on track. Seattle lost by like 30 to the Bills, so I don't really trust them anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you, Blake. I'm for once. Okay, not for once.
What the heck, man?
I'm sorry. I ran out of jokes, and the only joke is bullying you. But yeah, I agree with you. Rams beat Seattle. Seattle, you better skedaddle.
So the only joke John has left is to make fun of one of our jokes.
I'm going with LA.
We'll be going with the Rams.
Minnesota, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the guy.
Okay.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Screw you, Shane Steichen. Anyway.
I swear if the Vikings lose to this, I'm going to scream.
If the Colts win, then I'll be so mad.
Well,
I might crash out if Flacco and the Colts go to Minnesota and win.
Dream.
Because
just
then,
for the game at Minnesota.
what am I even supposed to do when we come back next week? How do I explain that? Like,
after the whole rant.
yeah, and then if they
You're gonna have to make an apology video.
Oh no! Do you want me to get you a ukulele?
You're gonna have to play bass.
I hate all of you. I hate every single one of you. My Joe Flacco apology video while I play songs on bass.
It's definitely a Rush song.
It's just titled, I'm sorry, parentheses, Joe Flacco.
Moving on to our last game of the week, we have Tampa Bay Bucks at Kansas City.
So Tampa Bay lost a close one to the Falcons. Honestly, pretty respectable effort considering they were missing, obviously, Chris Godwin for the year. Mike Evans out for a few weeks. They put up 26 points, but their defense is kind of trash now, which blows for them. The Chiefs, meanwhile, had their most complete offensive game this week against the Raiders, except for another Patrick Mahomes pick. He now has 9 on the year. Chiefs will win the game because, I don't know.
Kansas City, this time, will run out of steam.
I feel like Kansas City's just now picking up. Just picking up, even though they were already winning all their games. If they start looking like Kansas City last year, and the year before, and the year before,
and the year before,
and the year before,
and the year before, and the year before. God damn it! What was the last time they were stinky?
Alex Smith.
Kansas City's gonna what a term! What a term to describe these people.
Kansas City.
When's the last time they actually lost?
We already know that the NFL's rigged in every single way, so we're going Kansas City. They're going to go make the playoffs. They're probably going to make the Super Bowl, like one of the last 2 games.
Alright, so that's it for our video this week. Thanks for tuning in. So, it was a paper flip. That almost landed. That would have been sick, but it didn't, so never mind. Alright, welcome back to Week 10 NFL Picks. Apologies for last week's video getting screwed up. That was my computer being doo-doo garbage. So Ethan was the winner with a 12-3 record. I went 11-4. John and Christian went 10-5. Very good week for all of us. And oh yeah, they swapped for today. Probably only for today. As you can see with the win percentages on screen, everybody is 500 or above now for the season. So when is somebody gonna fall down? Probably soon.
Blake's downfall.
It's gonna be me.
That's mean.
Blake downfall coming soon.
Why does everybody hate me? Just get into it.
Hey Goop, what's up? Cool binder.
Hey Goop, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
Start off here with bye weeks. We got the Cleveland Browns, the Green Bay Packers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Seattle Seahawks all on bye weeks. All 4 lost last week, so they could probably use it, especially my boy Jordan Love on the Packers with his broken balls injury.
Get well soon, man.
Thursday Night Football, we got the Cincinnati Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams got big wins last week. The Bengals destroyed the Raiders, and the Ravens destroyed the Broncos. So the first game these two played a few weeks ago came down to the wire. It was overtime win for the Ravens. This time, though, I got a feeling Joey B's going to turn it around, and the Bengals are going to pull off the upset for the win.
I'll go with the Bengals. Why not?
Yeah, upon
listening to us, because you're erasing it. All right.
Yeah.
This guy just listens to outside information.
Yeah, I did think about going for the Bengals. You know, I thought Baltimore was doing pretty good. You know, it could go either way, but I'm going with the Bengals just because.
I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Probably the smart pick. Let's be real.
It probably is, but you know. But hey, at least I'm not saying, you know.
You, Baltimore!
Oh,
that's where you put it.
I'm just going to cut John out of the video.
Yeah. Alright, so game picks with Blake, Christian, Ethan, and nobody else. Next pick, we got the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. This game is America's revenge for World War II, because Germany is where this game is being played. Carolina won a game this week and defeated the Saints, who immediately fired Dennis Allen.
Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them.
2 seconds later.
Unlimited diarrhea.
But on a serious note, happy for Bryce Young. He's needed something. It's like his 3rd win of his whole career. First time he's ever taken a knee to end a game. The Giants suck. They lost to the Commanders this week. They got swept by Washington, so now they are 2-7. They're both 2-7. And I'm going to go with Carolina here because, I don't know, I just feel like the Giants are going to fire Brian Daboll if they lose this week, and it'd be really funny if Bryce Young got 2 coaches fired in a row.
I'm also going to be going with Carolina. I think they're going to ride that high from the catastrophe at New Orleans, and they're going to bring it home.
Gotta love Carolina. They got this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Carolina Panthers as well.
4 for 4 Carolina wins.
This might be the first time it's ever happened.
Next game, we have New England Patriots at Chicago Bears.
Patriots lost in overtime to the Titans, but Drake May's been looking pretty good. I've actually been impressed. Chicago, meanwhile, lost by a lot, by 20 to Arizona. There's been rumors that the Bears locker room is no longer connected with Matt Eberflus, the head coach. They don't really like him anymore. After that Hail Mary, I do think the Bears are going to start collapsing here, but not this week. I think they're going to beat New England, because New England sucks.
I just hate the Patriots, so we're going with the Bears.
I'm gonna go with New England.
Ooh.
Let's go New England.
What is wrong with you, Gay?
A lot of things.
This guy picks New England more than once.
So then the attack Bears.
Alright, so we got the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. The Bills got a 30-27 win over Miami, a 61-yard field goal to win the game. They're 7-2. Their division is now on lock officially. 4 full games ahead of the Jets right now, who are in second place, with a tiebreak over them. The Colts are the never again champs, as in they're never going to win again, I guess. Brutally terrible against Minnesota. The defense was actually pretty good, but the offense was terrible. Joey Flacco did not get the job done. So I'm going to go with the Bills here.
Yeah, this is my first time voting for Buffalo, and it hurts me deeply because it's Indianapolis that they're playing against, but Indy's just so bad.
They're horrendous right now.
It is unfortunate that Buffalo is just the far better team.
Yeah, I can't add anything else besides an O.J. Simpson joke.
Oh, like we do every week.
Yeah, thanks. Future editing Blake put it right here.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
The Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Broncos were thoroughly embarrassed by the Ravens, 41-10. Ethan, I know you picked the Broncos a lot of weeks. Not a great look this past week. They're still 5-4 though. The Chiefs got that overtime win to get to 8-0, beating the Buccaneers on Monday night. I'm doing something crazy here.
I'm going insane. Perhaps wacky. One might even say crazy. I'm losing my mind. My marbles. My bananas. I am falling off my rocker, so to speak.
The loss has to be coming at some point. I think the Denver Broncos get this win.
Let's go Denver!
Let's go Denver.
I'm going Denver.
I'm also going Denver.
Heck yeah, Broncos.
Did we all just pick Denver?
Denver 4-for-4 against the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs.
Team that has not lost a game gets 100% voted against. That's actually insane.
Love it.
The Atlanta Falcons against the New Orleans Saints. So the Falcons got a big win over the Cowboys. They're 6-3. They hold control of the division right now, 2 full games ahead of Tampa. New Orleans.
Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them.
New Orleans is not winning this. Like, there's no need for an explanation anymore, dude. They're just not. They're done.
They fired their head coach. They replaced him with a guy whose last name is Rizzy.
The weather outside is Rizzy, but the fire is so skibidi.
You're thinking of voting for them because I mentioned that. Maybe I shouldn't have. I'll go Atlanta because you people might go with New Orleans. And that's
I actually
fine.
can change my vote, so I'm going to change my vote to New Orleans.
No.
They're not going to win, but I like Rizzy.
I'm switching to New Orleans.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
No, I still think New Orleans is left for dead.
Next game, San Francisco at Tampa Bay.
49ers are coming off their bye week and they get absolutely immaculate news. Christian McCaffrey is officially back, like probably. Tampa Bay had that heartbreaking overtime loss to the Chiefs on Monday night, and I'd love to say that they're going to continue their streak of playing pretty well and actually get the win this week. I just think the 49ers are going to start getting into shape a little bit, and I think that McCaffrey will lead them to a win.
I like Christian McCaffrey, and San Fran gonna win.
Sure, we'll go with that. San Francisco.
I like his brother more, though. Luke McCaffrey!
On one hand, I hate San Francisco. On the other hand, I know they're probably going to win. Yeah, I'll go with Tampa Bay. Why not? Heck yeah, Steelers versus Washington. Let's go.
Pittsburgh Steelers off their bye week. They beat the Giants last time. Russell Wilson's been playing pretty well.
You ever done anything dangerous? That is dangerous. I've done something like that too.
And Washington is now 7-2, and they just traded for Marshawn Lattimore.
I'm voting for Washington.
Washington.
Gonna go Pittsburgh.
I hate Blake Moore.
Oh, no one likes me.
The Jacksonville Jaguars season has disappeared quickly.
They should disappear from the league.
Oh boy.
They should. They lost to the Eagles. Close, but they lost. The Minnesota beat the Colts. Not really much to add.
Minnesota.
We're all going
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yo.
Also, Trevor Lawrence has been dealing with ailments, and they're even considering surgery for his shoulder. He's probably going to be out for this game at
But
least.
he's so pretty.
The Tennessee Titans and the LA Chargers. The Titans finally got their second win by beating the Patriots in overtime. Chargers are now 5-3. They blew out the Browns by a billion points. Chargers have the #1 defense in the NFL right now and the 24th offense. So not great, but they're getting better, and I think they're going to keep getting better because the Titans suck. So I'll go with the Chargers.
I was going to say, so we're picking the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Going with the Chargers, yeah.
Tennessee is not that good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting to the point in the year where a lot of these picks are just like, okay, yep, we're all going to go with this.
Yeah.
We're all going to go with this.
You and I are not so different.
Speaking of maybe all going the same, Philadelphia at Dallas. Dallas is 3-5. Dak Prescott's out for the next 4 weeks. Cooper Rush.
I think Cooper Rush might improve their chances to win games.
I don't think he does.
Dak Prescott is terrible. Actual Cowboys fans are wishing him to die.
Yeah, Cowboys fans
Goddamn,
want
bro.
Jerry Jones to croak, dude.
They want him to die. It's insane.
Speaking of dying, aren't we going with Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Philly.
Shout out Saquon for that absolutely unbelievable backwards hurdle he had last week. One of the most insane athletic feats I've ever seen.
I want to go Dallas.
All right, I mean, go with your gut if you want to.
Go Dallas. You're a terrible person, though.
Yeah. The New York Jets taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This is actually a pretty interesting one. The Jets were able to end their 5-game skid against the Houston Texans on Thursday night, a game that Ethan and only Ethan got right, which was the difference in him winning this past week.
I feel like it was also a fact that you didn't vote Carolina, but you know what?
That too.
Yeah, like what was that?
That's
bro?
also true. I
You
mean,
should have known.
You're right. I'm an actual complete loser for not picking the 1-7 Panthers last week. That Garrett Wilson catch was the other really impressive feat athletically by an NFL player this week. Arizona is on a 3-game winning streak, and now they're in first place in their division at 5-4. They've looked really solid. Their defense is playing well. Apparently, they just really love Jonathan Gannon.
Shots. Explosives. You can run.
I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to get the job done once again, and the Jets are going to take this one.
I think Arizona's got this.
I'm also going to go with Arizona, actually.
You know what, Blake? I'm going with the Jets as well.
Thank you, John. I needed this.
50-50. It's either 3 versus 1 against Blake, or it's just unanimous half the time.
Yeah.
We almost never get a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
It's kind of rare.
Hey, you guys basically hate me, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe if you stop making back-asswards picks, bro.
Back afterward. You suck. You suck for that, actually.
Looking at my favorite, Detroit versus Houston, because I hate Houston.
Everybody hates Houston, and they kind of suck right now. They've looked terrible for a while. They might get Nico Collins back, but it's not going to be enough. Detroit is goated, as some might say.
Here's another unanimous agreement with Detroit.
Yeah, go Detroit.
Monday night, Veterans Day. Miami versus the Rams.
Oh,
What a way to celebrate.
That's right. Thank you, veterans. You get to watch Tua versus the Rams.
I know a lot of our veterans already have PTSD, but they're about to get another dose after this game, brother. It's kind of over. But I'm going with Miami.
I'm going to go with the Rams here.
I'll go with Miami.
I'm sorry, Blake. Miami.
3-1 against Blake, per usual.
We're going to go ahead and end this right here, so thanks for watching. Through 10 weeks, it's been a lot of fun as always, and once again,
dang it.
See you next time. It's on my arm. Welcome back to week 11 of the NFL picks. Last week, Ethan was the winner with an 11-3 record. Christian got second, going 9-5. I was 8-6, and John was 7-7. Win percentage is on screen.
My team lost, and the Broncos shouldn't have lost.
But hey, Miami win.
Miami did win. Good for them. They're like 3-6 now.
Panthers won.
Panthers are winners!
Yeah!
Let's go! Let's get started. Thursday Night Football, the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a huge game. These are the top two teams in the NFC East. This one could determine who wins that division. The Commanders ended up dropping an unfortunate one to the Steelers, 28-27. And Philadelphia kicked the crap out of Dallas, but pretty much everybody's doing that nowadays, so I'm not impressed. However, I will go with Washington here, just because I think that they're going to pull it together this week, and the Eagles fans booing in their home stadium is going to be funny.
I would like to say I saw an article that said Terry McLaurin is having the most fun he's ever had in his career. It's because we actually have a quarterback.
That would do it.
I mean, that obviously is all it takes, but McLaurin happy makes me happy. He said that in the fourth quarter, even though they lost, that he was having fun. I mean, Washington obviously, but I love you, Terry. You're beautiful.
I think I'm going to go for Washington.
I'm going with Washington because they're commandos.
We got bye weeks. The New York Giants, who just lost to the Panthers in Germany. And we got the Cardinals, who are on a 4-game win streak. They're looking pretty good. The Buccaneers, who are on a 3-game losing streak. They're looking not so good. And the Carolina Panthers, who just beat the Giants in Germany. They're looking pretty good. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears, that classic rivalry that hasn't been a rivalry in a long time. The Bears have lost 3 in a row, and they're just collapsing overall. Caleb Williams has looked terrible. They finally fired their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, this week. But Matt Eberflus is still the head coach, and because literally nobody is buying it in there, this should be at least a Green Bay win, if not a very easy Green Bay win.
I like Green Bay, and they should win that.
Yeah, I think Chicago, this is the time.
God. We were in 7th grade the last time the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers.
I think they're going to pull it together. Chicago's going to pull off the awesome dub, and I just want to see Blake's team lose again.
Blake crying.
This guy's despicable, man. He really is.
Despicable, man.
Now watch them lose.
Watch them lose. If they lose, I'll crash out. I will.
Speaking of, crashing out if they lose, Detroit.
Yeah, okay, but this one is like, there's literally no debate. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions against the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. It was horrendous. And they still won, and the Jaguars held the Vikings to 4 field goals and lost the game because Mac Jones is a joke of a QB.
And speaking of Minnesota,
I'll be picking the Minnesota Vikings because the Titans are not good.
Nobody's choosing Tennessee. It's all Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We can move on.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Speaking of segues, Las Vegas at Miami.
Raiders coming off a bye week that they desperately needed, and the Dolphins coming off a win which they desperately needed. I'll go with Miami.
I'm going to go with Miami. They're okay.
Yeah, all right. We'll go Miami.
Heck yeah, CSI Miami.
Aren't you a little young to know about all these old detective shows?
Yes. Yes, we are.
I'm going Vegas now.
Maybe you should say Tennessee and Jacksonville are going to win, too.
Bro, I thought about Tennessee. Tennessee would have been too far. Wouldn't have worked.
This guy's psychotic.
It's okay. You can say New England's going to win this one.
Yeah, the New England Patriots. Yep, and that was so predictable. They're taking on the LA Rams. I'll pick the LA Rams.
LA Rams.
I'm going with the Rams.
Oh! The 2-7 Cleveland Browns and the 3-7 Saints. Saints interim head coach Darren Rizzi were able to upset the Falcons last week, and I think I knew that was gonna change your mind. There was no fail. You immediately picked Cleveland. I thought you immediately picked New Orleans though.
I forgot about Rizzi, bro. I forgot he existed.
Yeah, but I'll go with New Orleans.
Go Rizzi.
We're going with Rizzi.
Rizzi.
Well, I'm going with Cleveland because I think Cleveland's going to go down there and fire their guns and the British kept a coming. Wait, what?
Fired our guns and the British kept coming.
Speaking of sad,
the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's sad about that?
Yeah, these are 2 okay teams.
These are actually 2 very good teams.
Yeah.
I don't. What's sad? I'm confused. This isn't like the Colts Jets matchup we're gonna talk about in a second.
I just enjoy confusing Blake, bro.
I think Christian's sad because he looks like an idiot now.
Yeah, you're a moron.
Yeah, kinda.
Come back to me on this one. This one's tough. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, they're like both solid.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty even matchup. Christian, you got anything?
No.
He doesn't even know these teams are good.
I went Baltimore that one game, so I'll go Baltimore again.
That helps. That one game.
That one game. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Since it's in Pittsburgh, I'll go with Pittsburgh.
I might need to flip a coin on this, but I don't have a coin.
Flip your binder.
There's coins on my desk.
No, but it's funnier. Flip your binder.
Okay.
Hey, flip your binder! Okay! Throws it mock Jesus into the desk.
Why was that so funny?
Okay.
What does that tell you, John?
By the way, it opened up It opened up.
Oh, it opened up. Cool. I'm going Steelers.
What does that mean?
You know that old joke where we all go 3v1 against Blake? It's shifting the tide. It's going 3v1 against me.
Yeah, because you're being an idiot.
Okay.
Watch him win!
Let's be
Watch
for real.
him win!
Okay, picking Baltimore might actually be smarter, but we're talking like
That Green Bay and the Chicago Bears.
Chicago, bro.
I'm going Chicago.
You are not serious.
I'm getting my binder.
Next up, we've got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New York Jets. Colts got dismantled by Buffalo, and it looked all hopeless until a little earlier today when Shane Steichen announced it will be Anthony Richardson making his return finally after like 2 weeks. And since the Jets are just horrendous right now, Aaron Rodgers is completely broken as a QB. Give me the Colts finally for a win.
I'm also going for the Colts.
Yeah, Colts are going to take the Jets down and then break Aaron Rodgers' legs again. I don't know.
It was the weirdest thing. You hit a crowbar and hit him in the leg with it.
He just said it's so sad too. Like the Colts are going to break his legs.
And Ethan voted for the Jets.
Oh God, they
Third
like
chance.
This guy voted for the Jets.
Yeah, no.
I might actually stop you. I swear to. Why?
Jets, baby!
How is it 2v? Okay. Next up, we've got the Atlanta Falcons and Ethan's Denver Broncos.
The Broncos.
Broncos should have won against the Chiefs. They became America's team when they did that, but I'm actually going to go with the Atlanta Falcons here.
I hate you, Die.
It's that serious.
It is.
I'm going with the Broncos because I actually think they're going to win this.
Yeah,
Bo Nix is literally the second best rookie quarterback.
He is, like, by far. He's way better than Caleb Williams.
And I
Drake May's playing better than Caleb Williams, too, right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good for the Bears. And this guy picked them anyway, but whatever.
I would also like to say that Bo Nix definitely has really, really bad games like earlier this season.
Oh, yeah.
But when he's locked in, he looks better than Jaden Daniels sometimes.
Sometimes.
Definitely not all the time.
Yeah,
but
this
sometimes.
past week he was better.
Yeah.
Like, against the Chiefs compared to the Daniels against the Steelers, but...
I hope Patrick Mahomes stubs his toe so hard that he gets turf toe.
And dies.
And dies.
Just kidding, we wouldn't wish death on Patrick Mahomes, probably. Probably.
I hope he stubs his toe so hard, gets turf toe, that creates enough static electricity to strike him with lightning.
Killing him instantly.
Killing him instantly on the field.
That is an act of God. You know what else got said? Next game we have Seattle at San Francisco.
The Seahawks got a bye week. The 49ers barely beat the Buccaneers. They're 5-4. I want Seattle to win, but I'm going to go with the Niners because I have no faith.
Yeah, Niners.
Go on the Niners.
Let me guess.
I'm going with the 49ers, yeah.
Oh. This guy's normal for a change.
So, after flaming Patrick Mahomes for 2 minutes, we're all in unison here.
Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who got the luckiest win ever against the Broncos, are going to lose by like a million. Like, when I say this game, the Bills are going to destroy him, I don't even care that the Bills didn't play super, super clean or great against the Colts. I don't care. They're going to destroy him. They're going to be 9-2. The Chiefs are going to be 9-1. And the world will finally be happy for a change. So go Bills.
I swear, if the Bills don't win this one, I'm going to go down to Kansas myself and beat them. I'll beat them so hard they'll call me the Master Chief.
Guys, I'm going to go with Kansas City.
The Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Chargers. Bengals are sitting at 4-6, easily the best 4-6 team. Joe Burrow playing at an MVP level, but they still lose anyway because they have no defense. The Chargers, though, have the best defense, but I'm actually going to go with the Bengals here to get the win in the upset, I guess.
I'm agreeing with Blake. I'm also going for the Bengals.
I'll also go with the Bengals. I like them.
You know what? Chargers.
We don't really ever vote against John.
Yeah, we just vote against Blake because y'all hate me.
Well, maybe it's because John's a sheep follower.
You guys vote against me a decent amount.
Oh, he's going to kill you now.
Yeah.
Oh, you exposed the boy.
I'm already mad because it's Houston versus Dallas now.
Yeah, on Monday night.
I hate.
On Monday night in front of the whole country. We're so happy. Alright, so our recording got messed up. So I picked Houston because Dallas is horrible. They got their window thing. You don't have to build a brand new stadium to fix the shade on a window.
I'm going with Dallas.
He's evil.
Thank you guys for watching these Week 11 picks. Been fun once again recording this, and it won't be fun editing, but with all that said, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Welcome back to Week 12 of the NFL Picks. Last week, our winner was John with an 11-3 record. Ethan and I were second place at 10-4. Christian, buddy, I decided not to tell you this till now. You came up fourth.
I already knew that. I looked at all the games beforehand.
4-10 is crazy.
Well, it's almost like when I vote for all of the wrong picks. Green Bay at what? The Bears?
Yeah.
They were close!
Pick Chicago. Green Bay should not have won, but a dub is a dub. Anyway, on to our picks. First of all, we got our bye weeks here, so there's 6 teams on a bye week. The Atlanta Falcons, who need it after getting their butts kicked by the Broncos. Bills just beat the Chiefs, thank you. Bengals just lost to the Chargers, sorry. Saints beat the Browns by a lot, cool. The New York Jets just need to stop having an organization at this point. And Jacksonville Jaguars, what I said for the Jets. Thursday Night Football, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Steelers at 8-2 now, having won 4 in a row and beating the Ravens. And then the Browns, who are 2-8, just lost to the Saints. So I'll go with the Steelers.
You're telling me Cleveland lost to the Saints, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrific.
That's not good. They lost by over 20 also.
Oh my.
That means you're picking Cleveland, right?
No.
You don't want to make the same mistakes?
I chose the Saints last time.
This guy
I just mean last week in general.
This guy does not want to go 4-10 again.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, same here.
The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. The Vikings beat the Titans. Now they are 8-2 as well. And the Chicago Bears dropped to 4-6 on that absolutely heartbreaking loss to the Packers on that last-second blocked field goal that would have ended their 10-game losing streak to Green Bay. But honestly, Caleb Williams looked pretty good in that game. You got to give him some credit, and I think the Bears played better, and you know what? They deserve one. Chicago, your losing streak is finally going to end.
So I'm going Minnesota because what Chicago did to me last time was actually tragic. It genuinely made me feel sad.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Minnesota. I think Blake's an idiot.
Wow.
Do you all like bear meat? Because the Vikings are just going to be butchering. Speaking of butchering...
Yeah.
Don't say that for this one.
I think we...
So the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts. We all know where this is heading. Because the Colts are just not a good team anymore.
Yeah, give our boys some credit. That's why I'm wearing the jersey. Anthony Richardson showed out last week and won the game for the Colts. Unfortunately, as excited as I am for him and as excited as I am for the Colts the rest of the season, not this week. Detroit beat Jacksonville by almost 50, and they're just on a steamroll. I'll go with Detroit.
Detroit.
I'm a Lions fan. What do you think?
The New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Patriots dropped to 3-8, losing to the Rams last week, while the Dolphins have won 2 in a row. Now they're 4-6. Their playoff hopes are still alive, and I think they're going to keep them alive at least another week as they're going to win this one.
I'm also going to go for Miami because New England is just trash, bro. I don't even mind the team. I just hate the state, like the area.
The state of New England.
The area of New England.
The state of New England. Awesome.
Shut up. I was getting there.
I'm going to go with New England. I think it'll be funny.
I like the Dolphins.
Okay.
Cool. The Tampa Bay Bucks and the New York Giants. So the Buccaneers have been on a losing streak, but they've been hurt and they've actually been playing pretty well. They're getting Mike Evans back. I think they're going to be healthier. And the New York Giants benched Daniel Jones, ending his starting time with the team. It's Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets, annoying guy, but I don't like starting, so I'll go with Tampa Bay.
I'm also going with Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Alright, I'm going with the Giants.
Yep. Okay. I looked over at Ethan, we were thinking the same thing. I knew it was about to happen.
They got a little spark going on.
Okay.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They really don't.
They lost to Carolina last time they played.
Their spark
That's all right.
is Tommy DeVito.
That's
you don't even know who that is.
That's not good.
You don't know who that
DeVito.
is.
Oh, pizza pie.
Bro, he's a relative of Danny DeVito, right?
He's just a random Italian mobster, man.
Oh, no, don't.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
He is. Oh, God. The Dallas Cowboys suck.
My team is not
really,
good either, though. Right?
really suck. Yeah,
Lock
your team,
in.
Your team's solid.
No,
They
they're
just had a
good.
couple losses, but Washington's going to be able to lock in this week. Dallas is so bad. If Washington doesn't win, it's going to be a real problem for them. So I got the Commanders.
I think Washington might win, guys.
Logic is telling me Washington, but my heart and soul is telling me
You
Dallas.
have picked Dallas, I think, every week, and they have never won since you picked them.
That's why they're gonna win this week,
Oh my
boys.
God.
I swear, you're their bad luck charm.
God.
Yeah,
Keep
keep
voting
picking
for
up,
it.
keep picking up.
Don't look at that.
Okay, so we got a Super Bowl preview between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers. So the Chiefs are going to win. They did just lose to the Bills, though. And the Panthers had a bye week, and they won 2 in a row. But let's be for real.
Who they win 2 in a row against?
Saints and Giants. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think we need to realize that Kansas City is legitimately not a good team.
This is Carolina, buddy.
Carolina is the 3rd best team in the league, and it's not even close.
Who's the
Behind
other
who?
two? Who's
Behind
the top
who?
2?
Well, like personally, I was thinking like I
I was
don't
in
know.
the Jets in Washington.
I was gonna say Washington
And then Detroit.
Yeah, I was probably gonna say Detroit, Washington.
Who wins, Carolina or Detroit?
Carolina.
Okay, I disagree with you there, but okay.
That's why you disagree with him.
I think Carolina's got this one in the
Oh
bag.
my god!
And I think a certain person here should agree with me.
I should agree with him. Yeah.
You know what? We bowl.
There's no way!
Yeah!
Are you all gonna go?
This is the power of hating
You know
the
what?
Kansas City Chiefs.
You know what?
We all hate them.
I don't care. I'll do it
Carolina.
too.
Hell yeah!
Carolina.
I'll do it also. You aren't leaving me out of this terrible pick. We all went 4 for 4 for Carolina over the defending champs who just lost for the first time.
Well, but it's at Carolina, so.
That's the reason, the home field advantage.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Carolina's
The
going to
20,000 fans. They were in
They're going
attendance.
to turn those Chiefs into KFC.
There's gonna be
Kansas Fried Chiefs.
There's more Chiefs fans there than Carolina fans, probably. Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. The Titans are 2-8, and the Texans are 7-4. So Tennessee really stinks right now, and Houston is not that great either, but they're gonna win.
I'm going Houston. I think they're just better. Every time I make a pick, Christian's like, "Dang, I thought you were going to be on my side this time."
I'm still going Tennessee.
Oh my god, bro!
You know what? Because I hate Houston, Tennessee as well.
Oh yeah, I got John.
Denver Broncos and the Vegas Raiders. The Broncos bounced back with a dominant win, a 32-point win over the Falcons, and the Raiders lost yet again. So Bo Nix is looking like the offensive rookie of the year now. He's playing really great. It's between him and Jaden Daniels. It's a close race, but I'm going to go with Denver to extend their win streak to 2.
I am going to continue my 12-week streak of the Denver Broncos.
I kind of got to make some smart choices, so I will be going for Denver.
Yeah, same here. Broncos country, let's go.
I just don't think choosing Las Vegas is that fun.
You're going to get like 6 wins this week. I'm so proud.
Yeah, congratulations. And there's less games this week. He'll probably get 4 again. It'll just be a higher percent.
Higher percentage, same amount of wins.
Yeah. 49ers taking on the Packers. The 49ers blew yet another lead in the fourth quarter last week, losing to the Seahawks. Not looking too good right now. Their playoff hopes are kind of hanging on by a thread. They've got to stay competitive in the division. Meanwhile, Green Bay hung on by the skin of their teeth to beat the Chicago Bears. This guy's the ultimate... I thought you picked San Francisco. He's the ultimate correct picker. I was about to call you the ultimate hater, but you got it right. Green Bay just looks better on paper right now, and ultimately I think they're going to take it. Packers need to get back at the 49ers for all the playoff trauma over the last 20 years. So
I am really excited to see the rematch of this in the playoffs. It probably won't happen. But I can't wait to see Green Bay lose in the playoffs for the 30th season in a row.
I'd say Green Bay because, I think I'm trusting your guys' choices on it, and also the 49ers.
I knew you were going to do that. The Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks in a very, very important NFC West game. Neither of these teams have played each other. They're going to play twice over the next 3 weeks. The Cardinals had a bye week. They're currently in first place right now in the division, and Seattle just knocked off the 49ers. So they're kind of still in there. A lot of people aren't really talking about them, but I'm kind of liking how Arizona's playing a little bit better. They're more consistent, so I'm going to go with the Cardinals for the win.
Gonna go with Arizona. It's a game.
It's a game that can be played.
It's a football game.
It's one that exists at 4:25 p.m. Guess I'll go Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona as well. They're going to beat those. I don't know where this joke is going.
Sunday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The Eagles beat Ethan's Commanders, unfortunately. They've won 6 in a row. They're on a hot streak. They've taken control of their division, and right now they're the 2 seed. The Rams, after last week losing to the Dolphins, bounced back to beat the Patriots. They're 5-5. This one, I think, is actually going to be competitive, and I'm going to go for the upset here. I'm going to go with the Rams, knock off the Eagles.
I'm going with the Rams because those birds.
I'll be going with Philadelphia.
And Christian Hohenberger.
Oh yeah.
Philadelphia is going to sacrifice the Rams.
Monday Night Football, we got a big one here. The Baltimore Ravens and the LA Chargers. This is the Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh game. John, the coach of the Ravens, who lost last week to the Steelers in a really disappointing game for them. Jim, the coach of the Chargers, who had a 21-point lead on the Bengals, blew the whole lead but ended up winning the game anyway. And this is really a tough one, but I think the Chargers are doing pretty well right now, so I'm actually going to go with the Chargers to win.
I'm voting for John.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'll go with the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
Alright, thanks again for watching. Really appreciate as always, and you gonna do the thing?
Yeah.
That wasn't even a flip, that was just a throw. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Alright, so before we get started, we are recording this on November 20th, which is the same day we're recording Week 12 picks. We don't have any information on the Week 12 game, but we're gonna try it anyway.
By the time you guys are seeing this, we're all on vacation, except Christian. He's at boot camp.
No, I'm not.
Ethan's dead anyway. Let's get into it. Thanksgiving, Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. I'll be taking the Detroit Lions in this one.
Yep.
Yeah, Lions. Don't do it, man. Just say the Lions, bro.
Just say the Lions.
Just
say, better say the Lions, Christian.
Fight the voices!
Bears.
No.
We got the tank bowl between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't know. Can I not watch, please?
Why is this one on Thanksgiving? No
Because-
one wants to watch this.
The Giants. 2,
Dallas.
3.
I'll go for Dallas too.
I hate Dallas, but I know the Giants are probably going to lose.
Thanksgiving night, the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Dolphins, when we're recording, are playing pretty well, but I'm gonna go with my team. Gotta back up the pack here, but I could definitely see Miami pulling it off.
We're going Miami because Green Bay, I'm predicting they gotta lose that Week 12 game. They lose that, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm also going Miami.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Houston, you're my only true friend. All right, Black Friday football, because this isn't a holiday that we celebrate now, apparently. The Vegas Raiders, who are going to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I do hear that they play pretty competitively to them, but they haven't won in a while.
They play competitively to the Saints, so it's not much of anything. Let's go Kansas City.
I mean, unless this is the Kansas City downfall.
Oh no!
Let's go Vegas.
Okay.
I love hating life.
This guy loves losing. He loves losing.
Yeah,
That's why I'm good at picking.
All right, what?
I don't have to be right. I just have to be morally correct.
You know what?
These
I'll
guys are
join you,
losers.
Ethan. I'm going with Vegas as well.
I change my vote too often, bro. I can't do it.
I switched to Carolina last week. I'm not doing it again.
You mean just a few minutes ago?
Well, yeah, but
Our next game is the LA Chargers at Atlanta.
who knows what to make of these teams, but I'm going to go with the Chargers here.
I'm also gonna go with the Chargers. These are both good / okay teams.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Chargers.
Yeah, alright. We'll go for the Chargers. 4-4.
Dude, this just feels so wrong making all these picks. I don't even know what to think anymore.
Blake doesn't have any commentary, so we already missed
We got nothing.
5 minutes before each pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're
literally-
losing 15 minutes.
I might not hit advertiser time, boys. It's rough around here.
This is
Dang
a
it, we won't
7-minute
get our
video.
8 cents worth of advertising.
Hey, buddy.
Bro, this guy
More
got like
like
over
10.
1 million views on the YouTube short one time.
It was a TikTok, not a short.
Oh.
So
He got nothing.
I get nothing for it still. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's been playing better, so I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I can't trust the defense anymore.
Bungo Bengals. Bungo. Going for the Bengals.
Go Tiger. Please, Joe Burrow, just keep playing the way you are and you'll win a game eventually.
Well, don't promise him that.
Please. Joe Burrow, I love you. Not your hair, but you.
Steelers country, let's weld.
Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. I think the home field advantage will make the difference. I'm gonna go with the Vikings here.
I think the Vikings are
It's
just
the
a little
Vikings.
better. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Vikings.
The Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. The Colts are better, so I'll go with them.
The Colts are probably going to lose this, but if they manage to lose this game, it's all hope's gone.
Yeah,
It's over for them.
Seattle and the New York Jets. Seattle's a decent team. The New York Jets are a dumpster fire. The organization is literally melting down, so I'll go with the Seahawks.
Roll for Jets.
Also gonna go with the Jets.
Seattle.
The Tennessee Titans and the Washington Commanders. So the Titans stink. The Commanders are pretty good. They got to keep up for the wild card spot there, so I'll go with Washington.
Washington. Yay.
You know, Tennessee, I think they've won once since he got back.
Oh.
Just warning you.
They're going to do it twice.
Oh my god.
We're going Washington.
Oh my god. You made the right choice, but it took a while to get there.
Speaking of right choices, there are none.
Well, there is.
Yeah,
It's
there is.
Houston.
It's Houston.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is the worst team in the league.
I hate Houston, but I also hate turds.
Okay, I'll cave into peer pressure. I'll go Houston.
The Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints.
Saints,
So,
Rizzy.
Oh, Rizzy.
I thought I was going to be bold picking the Saints, and I'm picking the Saints. I'm picking the Saints.
This guy thinks they're actually going to win. We just like Rizzy.
Yeah.
Rizzy.
Rams are going to be speedrunning like it's Left 4 Dead 2.
The Carolina Panthers hosting the Tampa Bay Bucks. I like how Tampa's been playing, unless they lost last week. We don't know. I'll go with Tampa.
I'm going with Carolina.
Carolina. I'm starting a movement.
The pro-Panthers movement is actually insane.
Yeah, you got the brain dead guy, the Detroit Lions fan behind you, bro. You're doing really good.
Carolina forever.
That's insane.
Oh my god. Next game is Philadelphia at Baltimore.
I think Baltimore is a lot better at home, and even though I like how the Eagles have been playing, I'm going to go with the Ravens here.
Bird, that's not an eagle.
Guy just doesn't like the Eagles.
I don't.
Can't blame him. I don't like the Eagles either.
I picked the Eagles last week. We're going again.
It's been 40 minutes, buddy. Make a pick.
I'll hesitantly go with the Eagles. Like, I'm just scared that Baltimore is going to be good again, okay?
Now we got San Francisco at Buffalo. At this exact moment in time, 49ers don't look great, so I'm going to look at the Bills. And the Bills look great right now.
Buffalo. Yeah, the Buffalo Bills are going to do what they did with Kansas City, and that's do it O.J. Simpson style.
Buffalo. We're going for the Bills.
Monday Night Football. Nope, this game did not get flexed out of primetime. The Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos.
Broncos.
They could have moved it. We're all going Denver probably, unless Cleveland. Unless Christian goes Cleveland.
No!
Oh no. This guy
I'm sorry. Forgive me, bro.
No, you're not going to be forgiven for that unless they win. Alright, so even though we have literally no info, and this video is probably going to stink, thanks for watching anyway. We tried. Have a great Thanksgiving, and let's go watching this after, in which case have a great Christmas season. You killed him! That's not part of the tradition.
Oh yeah, we're making a new one.
Oh no. I gotta stop recording before he does it. Thanks for watching. Great Christmas season. You killed him! That's not part of the tradition. I gotta stop recording before he does it. Thanks for watching.
This mother, bro.
You enjoying?
You.
Okay, so welcome to week 14 picks. The last couple weeks were pretty interesting here. For week 13, John and I were the winners with a 13-3 record.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the twin top. When the wind blows, the equator will walk.
Ethan was in second place at 10-6. He's dead. Christian was 9-7. So the win percentage is around screen. John is catching Ethan a little bit here, only a couple games back. Let's get right into it. Thursday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. The Lions are pretty injured here. If they were full strength, I'd go with the Lions. Green Bay's missing a few players too, but I gotta hold faith in my team. Either way, whoever wins this game is gonna be huge for them, but I'll go with Green Bay personally.
I'm going to go with Detroit out of utter spite. They are picking players out of the stadiums
They actually
to play
are.
these games, but they're still winning. Oh, yeah.
Hey, little Jimmy, do you want to play the game?
This is really one of those heartwarming moments in sports where you just... Oh my God!
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
I'm also going Detroit.
Bye weeks here. We got the Denver Broncos. We got a big win against the Browns on a Monday night game as John goes into his chips mid-recording and drops him on my floor.
Oh crap, I'll leave that.
The Indianapolis Colts survived the Patriots by 1 point. Anthony Richardson taking them on a game-winning drive again. They're still alive for the playoffs. Houston murdered Trevor Lawrence in cold blood. Baltimore lost to the Eagles. Ethan's team, Washington, had lost 3 games in a row, including losing to Dallas, which is not great. But they did rebound, and they're in a pretty good position to still make the playoffs. And New England really sucks. It almost beat the Colts, but they really suck. So, all right.
Speaking of sucking.
Sucking. This is the actual tank bowl of the year. The Jacksonville Jags against the Tennessee Titans. That is a combined 5 wins. Yeah, I guess I'll go Tennessee because they're at home, but like I got nothing for this one.
Does Jacksonville just not have a quarterback?
They have Mac Jones at quarterback.
Okay, I don't think I can vote for that.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
So 4 for 4 for Tennessee.
Sure, I guess. I don't really care.
There's nothing to say about this one. The disastrous New York Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins lost to the Packers on Thanksgiving. Still alive for the playoffs, but they probably have to win out. The Jets are on the verge of elimination, and they deserve it because they're really bad. So I'll go with the Dolphins.
Come on, the Jets aren't that bad. I'm going for the Jets.
Dolphin.
Come on, the Jets aren't that bad.
I am absolutely picking the Jets.
Why? The Kirk Cousins Revenge Bowl. Him and the Falcons against the Vikings. Vikings can't seem to lose here. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Atlanta here has gotten exposed the last 3 weeks. Kirk Cousins threw 4 interceptions the other day and the loss to the Chargers. There's even calls for Michael Penix to be put into the game. I don't know how much longer Kirk's really going to survive in Atlanta. We'll see. I don't expect him to be back next year the way he's playing right now, but maybe they can turn it around. Not this week, though. They're going to lose by a lot to the Vikings.
Yeah, this is a wash. It's Minnesota, bro.
I'm also going with Viking.
This guy.
Sounds like a Vikings pick to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Tank Bowl 2. New Orleans at the New York Giants. The Saints are now 4-8, and the Giants here are 2-10, and they're the biggest clown show in football, except maybe the Jets, but I don't know. I'll go with the Saints here.
Brother, Rizzy's going to carry this. We got the Saints. Come on.
I'll go with the Saints.
The Saints will come marching in.
We've got the Carolina Panthers against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Panthers have been playing better recently. They could have beaten the Chiefs, could have beaten the Bucs. Unfortunately came up short, but Bryce Young's proven that he could actually stick around and be their QB of the future, which I'm happy for him for. The Eagles are really good though, and Saquon Barkley is right up there with the MVP frontrunners right now, just because they're at home and they got the momentum. I'll go with Philadelphia here.
I'm going Carolina. I don't got faith in the Eagles for this one. I don't think they have it in them to pull this off.
They don't have beating the Panthers in them.
I personally think that obviously Philly is the worst team in the league. Not even really close. They'd probably get stomped by Tommy DeVito's big toe. And I think Carolina's just going to win by like 42.
Philadelphia is the kind of team that loses Tennessee, bro. So
go Carolina.
Carolina forever.
Another not okay, kind of okay, not great, but kind of okay game.
Yeah, Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
This is such a boring week, bro. This is so horrible. These teams played a couple weeks ago, and the Browns actually upset them, but I don't think they're going to do it again. I think Pittsburgh, after putting up 44 on the Bengals' heads, they'll continue to do well and beat the Browns.
I love the Browns.
I could put 44 on the Bengals.
Yeah, you're right. A Pee-wee football team could put 44 on the Browns. The Ball State Cardinals football team.
Okay,
let's not go there.
Let's not go there. They play like toddlers.
We're going with the
Browns. I like the Browns. Browns are pretty cool.
I went with Pittsburgh.
I went with the Steelers.
Don't groan at me.
I go with Steelers.
Las Vegas Raiders and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Raiders had a chance at the end against the Chiefs, but got stolen from them by the refs, so that's pretty typical. And the Buccaneers survived in overtime against the Panthers. I think the Bucks are playing the best out of any team in the division right now. I kind of think they're going to win the division, even over the Falcons, who beat them twice. It goes to show you how bad the Falcons are playing right now, but I'll go with Tampa to get this win.
I'm also going to go with Tampa Bay.
I also went with Tampa.
I don't know which Pirates team to go with. Screw it, I'll go with Tampa Bay. Oh, no. You know what? No. I'll go for the upset and go with the Raiders.
Oh, this guy's trying to be different.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
Seattle at Arizona. Probably the most important game of the Cardinals season here. A win can put them right back in the race for the division. A loss pretty much, I'm going to say, kicks them out of the division race. And if Seattle could sweep them, they'll have a really good chance of winning the terrible NFC West this year. But I'll go with Arizona to keep their season alive. Again, though, if they lose, it's going to be bad news for them.
I'll go Arizona.
Cardinals country, let's fly.
I guess I'll be the only one going for Seattle. No real reason. Like a lot of my picks, there's no reason in it. I just think it's kind of funny.
The Bills and the Rams. The Bills are one of the best teams in the league. They were 3-2, now they're 10-2. They're looking very good right now. Rams have been up and down, really. Rams are not impressing me. I'll go with Buffalo.
I love what the Rams are doing.
This guy doesn't know ball.
They're really good at baseball or something, so.
Oh, this guy doesn't even know what sport we're doing anymore.
Big soccer fan. Goal!
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams won, but...
I mean, they could. It's just...
I want to see it happen.
I go Buffalo.
They're also America's team alongside the Lions right now.
I thought that was that one team from Texas.
Dallas?
Yeah, one of those.
Well, they were supposed to be, but everybody actually hates them. But
I don't think this game's going to be good.
Oh yeah, Chicago at San Fran?
San Fran don't have a team.
Dude, San Francisco is, like, dead. I think they're going to lose to the Chicago Bears.
I hope they do, bro.
Bears have been on the single most depressing 6-game losing streak I've ever seen. They have a positive point differential at 4-8.
Yeah, they need to break that, and I'm really hoping they do it with San Fran.
Yeah, for the first time in their over 100-year history, they fired a head coach mid-season. So that's how bad you know what Matty Eberflus was. So they get Thomas Brown, who a few weeks ago was the passing game assistant, and now is the head coach. So good for him, I guess.
So I guess the Bears will do better now.
The next game we have is LA Chargers at Kansas City.
The Chargers are playing pretty well right now on defense. Their offense is up and down, though, and Kansas City got the last game rigged up for them at the end. I'm convinced at this point the refs are telling them to take it easy on the Chiefs, because there's no way some of these calls can keep going their way every week. But I don't care. I'm just going to pick against them because they're not playing well. The Chargers are playing better than them right now, so I'll go with the Chargers.
It's an easy dub. It's Kansas City, dude. The whole system is rigged in their favor.
I cannot bring myself to vote for Kansas City.
And that is why I'm choosing the Chargers. Why y'all looking at me like that?
All right, Monday Night Football, the Bengals at the Cowboys. They didn't flex this one out. Good job, NFL. These teams are both terrible. The Bengals are done for. They have literally the worst defense I've ever watched in my life at 4-8, wasting Joe Burrow's MVP season. But I'm still somehow gonna end up picking them because I just hate Dallas a lot.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard Blake say.
We're going Dallas, America's team, baby.
Boo! You stink!
Thanks again for watching, guys.
Thanks again for watching, guys, like he said, also. So yeah, thanks for watching our Week 14 picks. See you next time. Here's our Week 15 picks. We're recording them super early like we did for Thanksgiving, so we're not going to have any info. So we're just going to try our best here. Who cares? I'll just get into it for Week 15 picks. First off, we've got the LA Rams at San Francisco on a Thursday night. Niners are looking like trash at this particular moment. Rams are looking mid. I'll pick the mid team. I'll go with the Rams.
San Francisco.
Big fan of San Fran, so we're going to go San Fran.
Rams.
And
Ram.
The Chiefs and the Browns. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here for this win.
I'm going with the Browns.
It's Kansas City, dog. They're gonna win, but
The Browns would be the team to beat them.
you're right.
I could
Honestly,
see it
you're right.
happening. I could see it happening. I'm not gonna pick it though.
I'm picking the
I
Browns.
picked Carolina a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not a great choice. So
It was almost.
it was almost a good choice, but it wasn't a good choice. I don't trust it.
Blake, take a
Final
gamble.
score: Kansas City 20, Cleveland 19.
I think Cleveland Brown can kick the crap out of the Kansas City.
This is the Cleveland Show.
Cincinnati at Tennessee. The Bengals and the Titans both kind of suck, but I'll go with the Bengals because their offense is better.
I like Bengal. I like Joe Burrow.
I love the Tennessee Titans.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't love either of these two, bro.
No, you don't.
Cincinnati.
Washington at New Orleans. Washington's just a much better team, so I'll take them.
Man, no, they're not. New Orleans, we got Rizzy in the house. Brother, they're winning it.
Washington.
Washington.
F***ing Washington fan.
Baltimore at the New York Giants. The Ravens will be off their bye week, and I think they can beat the Giants, so we'll go with the Ravens.
I agree with those words that you said.
I also agree with Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Okay, people, move along. There's nothing to see here.
The Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. I believe the Panthers are on a right track right now. I'm going to pick them to win.
Carolina, the best team in the league.
It's
Christian, how dare you?
Obviously, Dallas won their last game from Week 14, so we're going with America's team.
Please let them lose now. Please be funny.
That would be awesome.
Now watch them win and me just be the absolute goat. The Jets and Jacksonville is our next game. And
Oh my
is there-
God!
Is there literally any hope? There's no hope for Jacksonville.
Dude,
Unironically, we're
is-
going with the Jets.
This might be the worst game of the season, bro. I'll go with the Jets too, I guess.
The Jets are just the best team in the league. I mean, I don't see why you guys are hating on them.
I don't know how Jacksonville is a team. They literally feel like a college football team, bro.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, even with Aaron Rodgers' broken spleen,
My source is that I made it the f up.
Jacksonville just got no chance.
It's not a thing. Miami at Houston. Two teams looking towards the playoffs. I kind of like Miami in this one.
I just haven't seen Houston do almost anything the entire cycle of NFL games we've had so far, so I'm gonna go with Miami.
I go Houston.
Dolphins.
I go Houston, says the worst person on this panel.
Indianapolis at Denver. I see you've already picked Denver. Do I think the Colts are going to win? No, but I'm going to pick them anyway because I got to hold faith.
Yeah, Colts are not winning, but I want them to.
I guess Colts.
Here, actually, we got two America's Game of the Weeks here coming up. The Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. This is perhaps a Super Bowl preview. I'm kind of leaning towards Buffalo right now just because Josh Allen's playing so darn well, but I could definitely see the Lions winning.
I'm going with Detroit. I generally do think the Lions might get this.
I also went with Detroit.
I too went with Detroit.
Oh, hi, I'm Troy McClure.
We got Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Let's be honest, I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'm going Philadelphia.
I hate Blake.
I don't like either of these teams.
I go with Pittsburgh because Christian said it.
Patriots and the Cardinals.
Honestly, this is the most exciting team yet.
Patriots are not good, so I'll pick the Cardinals, who are kind of mid right now.
Cardinals.
I also go Cardinal.
Whatever, we're going with the Patriots. I'm curious. I just want to see if my gambling addiction pays off.
Oh, what?
Okay, well.
Tampa Bay at the LA Chargers. I'm kind of a fan of how both these teams are playing right now. Just since it's in LA, I'll go with the Chargers, but I can see this one going either way.
I'll go with LA.
Heads for Bay, other for Chargers. Well, I'm not getting that back.
I know this guy can't flip a coin to save his life. That was a tails, John.
Alright, we're going with Chargers, boys.
You got your own coin?
Yeah, dimes are not trustworthy, bro. We're gonna go with the big old quarter. That's tails. We're going with Chargers.
Green Bay at Seattle for the Sunday night game. Green Bay is just a legitimately better team right now, so I'll go with the Packers. But if the Seahawks got on a roll, maybe they could win it, but I'll go with Green Bay.
I can only sabotage my winning percentage so much. I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
I guess I'll go Green Bay.
Green.
Only agreeants. 4 for 4.
The Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, what are you talking about? This is an easy pick. It's the Bears all the way.
God.
Oh, dang it, Christian.
I'll go with Minnesota.
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 Our next game is Atlanta at Las Vegas.
So, as bad as the Falcons have looked right now, I cannot foresee them losing to the Raiders at this point. Antonio Pierce is unfortunately a dead man walking. Kirk Cousins might be as well, but he'll win this one.
Kirko Chains.
We'll go Atlanta.
We're going to Vegas, boys.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.
That's all for our Week 15 picks as he parties in Vegas. Thanks for watching. Short showcase. He did a really pitiful paper flip. He's eating his chips again!
The Band-Aid's still on the floor.
Band-Aid's still on the floor. That's gross. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to our NFL playoff picks. As you saw, I was the winner for the year, with Ethan coming up in second place and John in third, and Christian got last. He's not here right now. He's got other more important things to do, like being dad.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
We're here to do the full NFL playoff brackets. We're just going to knock all of it out at once. The wild card, the divisional, the championship games, and the Super Bowl. Game by game, first for the wild card, and then we'll reseed and we'll each do our brackets after that. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we do this correctly. But anyway, let's get right into it. The 4 versus 5 matchup in the AFC, the Houston Texans hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Texans kind of finished their season off rough. They lost to the Chiefs. They got blown out by the Ravens. They did beat the Titans in the last week, but the Titans were trying to go for that #1 draft pick, which they did successfully get, so good for them, I guess. Meanwhile, the Chargers are kind of surging right now. They moved their way up to the 5 seed. They went 11-6 as opposed to Houston's 10-7. I really like the Chargers in this one. That's who I'm going to pick.
I don't agree with that guy. I'm going to go with Houston.
Like Michael J. Caboose.
I hate taxes. It's Texas, you idiot!
Chargers.
Next up, we've got a divisional game, 3 versus 6. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The third matchup between these two teams this year. Baltimore won the last time, but the first time the Steelers were able to win. Steelers go into the playoffs on a 4-game losing streak. I just think Lamar is going to be too much for the Steelers to handle. They're in a tough spot, so I'm going to go with Baltimore for this win.
I am also taking Baltimore. I feel like it's just the way better team.
Well, for the last time,
F you, Baltimore!
I'm going Steelers.
Alright, now we got the 2 versus 7 matchup. The 13-4 Buffalo Bills taking on the 10-7 Broncos. They were able to get in the playoffs against the Chiefs backups. They beat them 38-0. The Steelers, or the, okay, nope, not the game we're on. So that's really awesome.
You're an idiot.
The team they're actually playing is the Buffalo Bills. They got the #2 seed. I got Buffalo in this one. I wouldn't say pretty easily. I think Denver will be close, but I'm going to pick Buffalo.
I'm going with Denver.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you both going to Denver?
Let's go Denver.
Seriously? Why did I bother doing this video? Never mind. We're canceling. The 2 versus 7 at the bottom here, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles are 14-3. They're a juggernaut. The Packers kind of had to limp in, unfortunately. Do I think Green Bay will win? Not necessarily. Am I going to pick them anyway to win one game just because I gotta? I feel like I gotta. I'm going to go with Green Bay to get this one.
I'm also taking Green Bay because I think they really deserve this win.
I do too, buddy.
I don't know what you guys are saying. I just hate Philadelphia.
Me too,
Green
John.
Bay sweeps!
Cry, Eagles, cry, on the road to misery.
I can't wait for Philadelphia to win the Super Bowl, and then we're all complete. We didn't even pick them to win one game.
Philly's going to demolish Green Bay by 50.
Oh, don't say that. That'll happen. Oh, no. Next up, we've got the Sunday night wildcard game, the Tampa Bay Bucks hosting the Washington Commanders. The Bucks won their division in the last week. They went 10-7. Commanders 12-5. They were able to get in as a wild card team. I like how both these teams are playing, and this is really a tough one for me. I think I'm leaning Tampa, and I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to pick Tampa, though I would not be shocked if whoever wins this. And I know this is going to make you upset, but...
All over the world. Shut up, Stan! Just shut up!
I went with Washington.
I flip a coin, but I don't have a coin, so I'm going Washington.
The LA Rams hosting the Minnesota Vikings on the Monday night game. The Vikings collapsed against the Detroit Lions, losing the division, having to be a wild card team, but they are a 14-3 team, so they're still pretty strong. The Rams have a negative point differential, yet easily won their division anyway. I think the Rams could win, but I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings, as much as it pains me to say.
Yeah, it'd be funny if they lose, though.
I'm going with Minnesota.
He picked every wild card team. The Chargers get a home game in his bracket. I almost put Denver down here in an accident. Denver playing twice.
Yes!
They both win. Denver versus Denver in the AFC Championship.
Heartbreaking loss for Denver.
Yeah. Okay, from here on out, we're each just going to go one at a time, picking all of our games and who would win. My bracket would have the top seed, the Chiefs, taking on the 5 seed, the Chargers. I'm going to do something crazy here. I'm picking the Chargers for this upset here. The Chargers go to the AFC Championship game.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Chargers played them close last time. They only lost by 2 points, and they didn't have their top running back, J.K. Dobbins, and they didn't have their top wide receiver, Vlad McConkey.
The DD McConkey, are you here?
And I don't care. I know I'll be wrong. I know I will inevitably be 100% wrong, but I'm picking the Chargers. Go Bolts.
Hands, it's a walk-in. 4th down and goal.
My next one is Buffalo-Baltimore. This is a premium matchup. This would be, if the NFL could get this, a lovely one for them, and I think they will get it. Baltimore beat the crap out of the Bills earlier this year, but I'm actually going to go with the Bills to get their revenge. So that makes my AFC Championship matchup the Bills and the Chargers.
The Buffalo Bills select...
Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
Josh Allen.
On the NFC side, Green Bay and Detroit. As much as I'd love to pick my team, Detroit's a juggernaut, and I think that they're going to steamroll their way through this one. And then my last one, Tampa Bay and Minnesota. I think it'll be close. I think I'm going to go with Minnesota here. I think Minnesota's the pick. NFC Championship, Detroit and Minnesota.
I have the totally not going to win Kansas City Chiefs playing the totally not bum Denver Broncos, and I am going to pick Denver.
Oh my god. Denver, the AFC Championship game.
I just love some Denver action, you know? I think they got a lot going on that's really nice.
Gotta love some Denver.
I believe.
Which leaves my other game to be Baltimore and Houston. I like Houston. I'm not going to pick Houston against Baltimore. I will be going with Baltimore in that game, leaving my conference championship to be Denver and Baltimore.
I think they played earlier this year, and the Ravens won by like 3.
I have Detroit, these terrible, mean bullies that are gonna kill the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Yeah, I think Detroit's gonna just beat them by like 40 or something. It's not gonna be pretty.
No. Wait.
And my other game is Minnesota and Washington. I'm obviously picking my team. Minnesota is scary though, which I just hope they don't beat us.
First one I'm going to do is Kansas City versus Denver.
Both had Denver, bro. I can't get over that.
This one's a close game for me because I know there was like last time they played each other. But I'm also thinking the last time where Kansas City won. Thinking maybe Denver. It could go either way, but I'll go with Denver in this case.
Denver double AFC Championship.
But I do know there's a good chance Kansas City's going to take this one.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude!
Slight chance, since this is for, the
Slight
Super Bowl.
chance.
Slight chance. chance
Back
because
to back
you know
defending Super Bowl
it depends
champions.
on you know what the refs say. You know.
That's fair.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
We all picked against the Chiefs. We're done.
Any game's a 50-50 if you think about it.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No. LA Chargers versus Pittsburgh. I'm slightly going with Pittsburgh, but I also know the Chargers are pretty good. I'll go with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, the 6th seed, gets the home AFC Championship game.
I'd say it's more of a 50-50 than the Denver and Kansas City.
Yeah, that one would be a 50-50 if that happens.
What do you mean? I mean, Denver winning's like an 80% chance in my books.
Okay, guess because you picked them.
Okay, what is not a 50-50? Absolutely not. I'm sorry, Blake. I'm sorry, Green Bay. But Detroit coming in like freaking Aslan.
In your world, I have another name.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
You guys are overdoing it a little bit, man. Come on, the game was close last time.
And for Washington and Minnesota, boy, I wish I had my coin for this one because it could really go either way. I'm probably going to go Minnesota, but I also know Washington has a very good chance of winning.
Now we do the conference championships. I'll go first. The Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers in mine. I think the Bills finally break their streak of not going to the Super Bowl for the first time in 30 years. It feels like a good year for Buffalo. And on the other side, I've got Detroit and Minnesota. We just saw what Detroit was able to do to Minnesota. If Minnesota gets this far, I do think they'll make it close. I think they'll put up a better effort, but I can't not pick Detroit. So that would make my Super Bowl matchup the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions, and America would rejoice because that would be such a good Super Bowl.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Starting off, I have Denver and Baltimore. Now, we all know Denver's the best team in the league.
No.
Second best.
No.
And I think this would be a really awesome time for Denver to go to the Super Bowl.
No, he did not pick Denver to go to the Super Bowl.
And to make it even better, the best team in the league, the not Detroit Lions, are going to lose to the actual best team in the league, Washington, leaving me with a beautiful Washington-Denver Super Bowl.
Bo Nix versus Jaden Daniels, year 1 Super Bowl.
Look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Unlike this guy, I'm being realistic. Detroit's going first. Detroit, firstly. I'm going with Detroit first, but I'm being realistic. Detroit's probably going to go.
Yeah. This guy picked Washington and Denver.
It doesn't even matter if Washington wins this or Minnesota. They're losing either way.
What's your AFC again? Pittsburgh and Denver.
I know.
Don't even guess that.
I mean,
probably.
There's a chance, you know, Kansas City might win against Denver.
Why did you pick them?
You know, I was tempted to, just so I can have my Detroit versus Kansas City, so Detroit can turn those Chiefs into... I guess I'll go with Denver. Detroit's winning against Denver Broncos. Just unsurprised. All hail to the King Lions.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
I got my Buffalo-Detroit one all-time classic Super Bowl, one of the great games we've ever seen. And I'm going back and forth on this, but I think that our boy Josh Allen gets the job done, and the Bills win it, though. If Detroit wins it, I don't think anybody will be sad. If Buffalo wins it, nobody will be sad. Everybody wins. I wish they could just tie, but I'll go with Buffalo as my pick to win the Super Bowl. All right, now we got
a fantastic game, honestly.
Yeah, fantasy football.
If this were a real game, it actually probably would be it'd be a pretty good game if it were to actually happen. Denver and Washington.
Honestly, it could be.
It would be a pretty entertaining game. Rookie QB versus rookie QB. High stakes.
Well, yeah, high stakes. The Super Bowl is,
you know,
pretty high stakes.
And obviously, guys, I think Washington's just like the best team in the league. So like they're just gonna smash Denver by like 7.
The
those were our picks for the NFL playoffs. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the whole series this year. Much appreciated. And let's do it all together here. Thank you all for watching.
So what's next?
We'll figure it out.
Bathroom might be behind me.